short for stormtrooper?
Huh?
This is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy, man.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Nyes.
Motherfucker, I won best costume!
Jose Guzman.
I know nothing about Firestorm except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz.
Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
What's happening, everybody? Today is Tuesday, May the 7th, 2019, and this is episode number 467 of the Panels on Pages podcast. I am your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. Joining me tonight, we've got Mr. Jason Nyes.
Maybe Twitter isn't for you.
Jose Guzman.
You guys hear this new movie that just came out? Endgame? Something like that.
Kelly Harris.
But what if I forget how to read?
And don't call the comeback. He's been here for years. John-Michael. What's going on, sir?
You thought I was dead? So did the president's enemies.
Man, we've got lots to talk about. We'll talk about some Star Wars in honor of the late Peter Mayhew, the OG Chewbacca. I think we all had a chance at some point to bump into at a show. He's always a super nice guy. Always super nice and gigantic. I always thought pretty dope. You rocked that sweet-ass lightsaber cane everywhere.
I said this to Mary, and you know, I've been super emotional lately. I'll cry at the drop of a hat. But someone like Peter Mayhew, who has looked like he has been in pain for the past 20 years, when he passes away at 76, I'm like, okay, cool.
It's the same thing as Stan Lee.
Right.
I still don't see how he fit in that R2-D2 suit.
They really just crunched him up.
Oh.
That's why he was so fucked up
Yep.
when he was getting older, is because he spent all those years in that fucking trash
Crunch
can.
there.
Just in the trash can.
Makes sense. I
Just
get it.
bleep, bloop, bleep.
Oh, God.
And
But
it's really messed up how they stretched out Warwick Davis to be in the Chewbacca costume.
I know, right? Does anything for a role, huh?
fucking speaking of Warwick Davis, talking about a Willow sequel on the Disney app thing, the Disney Plus thing.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking into that.
I'm super in, except they better write into the story that Mad Mardigan died.
No, I want to see fucking fat, crazy Mad Mardigan running around.
Oh, he ain't running nowhere.
He's dressed up, but he kept the Batman cowl.
Oh my God, he has.
Dude, that is a bit in. Warwick Davis was in a show called Life's Too Short on HBO, and it was about him like trying to managing a talent agency for dwarves, and fucking Val Kilmer showed up one episode, like wearing his Batman outfit, his cowl like over his suit, and he's like, "Hey, watch this," and he goes to a table in this restaurant and he goes, "Hey, who am I?" And they're like, "This is like a couple's like, Batman." Like, no, I played Batman. It's like, Michael Keaton. Goes, "No." They're like, Christian Bale's like, "No." And they're like, "You're not George Clooney." Goes, "No, I'm the other one."
Val Kilmer has gotten to that point where he has a chair in photo ops now. And like they wall him off whenever he's doing autographs or anything because yeesh.
Remember when we shot him when he was promoting his one-man Mark Twain show?
Oh my God.
Oh man.
A guy I work with once was in the bathroom at a Comic-Con, and people came in and like security people tried to throw him out because Val Kilmer had to use it.
I was like, "No, I'm peeing. It's a public bathroom, for Christ's sake."
Got your own goddamn VIP bathrooms. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Fuck out of my face.
No, I just would have, like, in the midst of peeing, just turned around to talk to him as I'm still peeing.
See, you say that, but that guy exists.
Oh yeah.
Like that's a real person who'd be like dick in one hand, reaching out his other one. Hey, nice to meet you, Mr. Kilmer.
How many of those did you run into on Free Comic Book Day, Kelly?
You know what? For the most part, everyone was pretty cool.
Good.
Hey, that's nice.
Yeah. Like it was good. Not too many of the mutants this time.
I had a pretty good run too, man. I got some of the big fancy free books I was looking forward to. There's a shop in Murfreesboro called Z's Comic Lair, and they do not fuck around. They've always got like they do half off their trades, they do half off all their toys, and they're the only shop I've ever been to, like locally at least, where like all the toys and shit are what they're supposed to cost, which is really nice.
Nice.
Like most places around here, like they'll buy a thing for $20 and sell it to you for $27. Like fuck off. No, that was really nice. It was a good time. I picked up some Mega Man comics for Jazz because boy, that kid is suddenly discovered Mega Man and he's all about it. So Sonic and Mega Man are his fucking jams right now.
You better grab those Mega Man books while you can. Those are all way out of print.
And you better get him a helmet and a Mega Buster while you're at it.
Thinking about his birthday's coming up. It's on his Amazon wish list for his birthday. So
With all them headbutts that kid's throwing, put a helmet on that. That's just gonna hurt. You better buy a nut cup too.
He clocked me in the chin on Sunday. Like it fucking rung my bell for a second with that fucking noggin, just right to the chin. It was like, oof. He clanked, and I just said, "Walk away." Like, we'll talk in a second. You need to walk away.
Here, let me knee you in the balls so you take your mind off of it.
Yeah. So aside from the fucking Free Comic Book Day, man, this has just been an exercise the past few days, and my kids are making me feel old as fuck for a variety of reasons. Like I got into it with Zoe about goddamn Dan TDM the other day. I fucking don't like the Dan TDM, you guys.
You're gonna.
What is this?
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain this to us.
I know. He's some asshole that just plays games on YouTube. Like, one of those fucking, just some British asshole that just, like, it's like, here, let me have all the fun of the game for you. And he's got like 14 million subscribers.
Boy, I need to call Crash Bandicoot the N-word.
He doesn't, it seems to be wholesome enough. But it's like, whatever the opposite of creative is, that's what this shit is. Like, it's just devoid of any sort of creativity or skill. Like, anybody can fucking do this. And the kid's like, no, this is good content. It's not good content. Like, I can recognize objectively that it's not for me, but it's also like, it's objectively not good. Like, it's just a thing that people are doing, but it's not like good. And she's like, he's got 14 million followers. I go, do you have any idea how many followers Hitler had, Zoe?
On
Shut
YouTube?
that shit down real quick.
On YouTube or Instagram?
You know how many likes he got a day?
He was huge on Vine, Hitler.
Oh, man.
Huge on
He
Vine.
singly brought tout back.
That's right.
Yep.
It's a good time.
You can't really argue that one.
And then fucking, the thing is, I caught her in a fucking.
Man, was Tout just ahead of its time?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that until just now, but like,
It's just too
Instagram
early.
and Vine and all that shit is just Tout, but with a better infrastructure.
Pretty much. Yeah, they were ahead of the time a little bit, and the fact that just I think anytime Michael Cole is your biggest hype man, you're gonna have some problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that guy will suck the cool out of anything.
It's tout time.
No, fuck that guy. Yeah, and then the other big thing is I caught the kid in a lie on Thursday.
Oh, shit.
And I did not appreciate it. Like, we were on the way to school, and she says, "Oh no!" I'm like, "What?" She says, "I accidentally deleted this conversation out of my phone with my friend," and that's our big thing. You can't delete your fucking text messages because periodically we're gonna read your text messages.
Oh.
Like, you deleted the whole thread on accident? She goes, "Yeah." She's all freaking out, and crying and shit. I'm like, wait. I pulled the car over. I'm like, "How the hell do you even delete a conversation on iPhone?" She's like, "Well, first I swipe right." Like, uh-huh. and then I hit delete. Uh-huh. And then at the bottom, I tried to hit cancel, but I hit delete again. And I go, you made 3 errant strokes on accident in the span of like 10 seconds and accidentally the whole conversation? She goes, yeah, I'm so sorry. And I said, okay. All right, you need to know 2 things about this scenario. I said, 1, I'm one of the smartest people you've ever met. And 2, I'm a crazy person. So I'm going to get this conversation back.
Oh my God.
I need you to tell me right now if there's something in there that I'm not going to like when I find it. She's like, no.
Oh no.
She gets real quiet. And we finished it with on the Hawaii school. She's real quiet. And I'm like, oh, what's the problem? She's like, nothing. I go, cool. Like I said, don't worry about it. You have nothing to worry about. Unless you're lying to me, in which case worry about it all day long. and then she gets out of the car and has a terrible day. And come home and I'm doing the research and how to restore these phone calls from these texts from like iCloud backups and shit, And I run into some problems because he hasn't been backing up the phone. So at this point, I can't get it back, but she doesn't know this yet. So she comes home. I'm going through her phone, checking the shit out. And I'm like, so we sticking with this accident story? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Because like I don't believe you. And here's the thing, like I'm gonna win, right? Like I'm gonna win. So you get to make a decision right now. Is if you want to be on the same team as me, and we both win, or you can be on the other team, and that means that you're gonna lose. And she's like, no, the accident. I go, okay, fine. All right. Cut to an hour later, Nicole comes home, and under some very intense cross-examination, she fucking buckles like a belt. And at one point, until I said, so you mean to tell me that you did this and this and this? I go, that is not impossible, but highly improbable. She's like, what does improbable mean? I go, not fucking likely. That's what it means. She's like,
in Zoe's defense, I have dropped my phone on my face and deleted pictures before.
I mean, again,
like that's actually happened.
Not impossible, but improbable. Keeps getting more and more. And that at the peak of it, I may have leapt off the couch, got 6 inches in front of her face, and said something to the effect of either quit fucking lying to me or get better at it because you suck at this shit and send her to a room. I was real upset about it, you guys.
Did
the moral of the story is, don't have kids. It's not worth it. They're a pain in the ass.
So did you find out what she was hiding?
She was just bitching about, like us and stuff, and like stuff that you're supposed to do to your friends. Like, you're supposed to bitch about you're getting punished and shit like that. Like, that's just fucking normal shit. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Like,
but back in our day, there was no paper trail.
Exactly. And, today you have to understand and acknowledge there is a paper trail. So at some point, I'm like, oh, man, God, fucking dad's such an asshole. He needs to clean my room every day, blah, blah, blah. It's fucking fine. Who gives a shit? Fine. Don't care. But don't fucking lie to me about her. I will tear your goddamn soul out.
Did you know who was on the other end of the conversation?
Yes.
You should have just brought them in. Brought them in. Let's see your phone. Let's look at this conversation.
That was what broke her. Because Nicole was like, I know her fucking mom, right? I can call her up right now and be like, snatch her phone up. Don't do that. I go, why the fuck not?
Oh, man. I was a full-on piece of shit liar when I was a kid. To the point where I would get accused of lying even when I wasn't. Just because I was just par for the course.
See, I was a really good liar as a kid. Like, I got away with a lot of shit. Whatever a helicopter parent is, I had the opposite of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that made it easy. I didn't have a whole lot of opportunities or reasons to lie, quite frankly. But I got away with a lot.
See, I got real cerebral with it as a kid, and once I heard that if you can make yourself believe something, it can be true to you.
Nice.
So I don't know what I actually ever lied about because I had convinced myself it's all true.
Oh, that's psycho talk.
That's some mind over matter shit.
It's all real to me.
Yeah. So I honestly couldn't tell you what I ever lied about as a kid because I thought about it enough to convince myself that it was real.
In your mind, these are the actual narratives.
Yes.
That'll hold up in a grand jury investigation.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Pass the lie detector test.
Yeah.
Those aren't admissible in court anyhow.
She's fucking real. Like her whole demeanor changes. Like she's just the fucking worst. Like this, she doesn't have her whole.
She's a good
body.
kid. Yeah,
is a tell. That's the thing. She's a good kid, and she has no practice at being deceptive, so she's fucking terrible at it. But no, look at her. I said, you gotta quit lying to me. It doesn't fucking work. Like, have you ever gotten away with lying to me? And you don't have to tell me what it is now. If you just say yes or no, like I'm not gonna press you on the matter. Like if you say yes, great. We'll high five. Have you ever fucking gotten away with lying? She's like, no. Well, today's not your fucking day.
Oh man, just dunking on your kids.
I dunked on her, so I was so mad, you guys. It was one part punishment, one part just fucking roast. it was. I was so fucking pissed because she's been basically all day lying to me, and I fucking lit her ass up like a Christmas tree.
You gotta lie to your parents, though.
You got to. You got to. And you got to fucking go through this. This is all just part of it.
Yeah.
It's part of the ritual of being a person, and that's all fine, and everything's cool now, and we're all friendly again. But it was a tense couple of days at Rod Degree's house.
At one point, my dad changed the AOL password to liar.
Oh, God!
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Jesus!
I forged the shit out of my report cards. Like,
that's fucking great.
When they were still sending paper report cards, and we had just gotten a scanner. At first, I was doing it. At first, I was doing it like serial killer style, with cutting out the letters and pasting it, and then putting it through the copy machine. And then we got a scanner, and I could just print that shit out. Like, they started printing the report cards on just regular 8.5 by 11 paper, not any sort of cardstock. And I was like, you guys are making this way too easy on me.
This is child's play at this point.
So good.
Never had to forge a report card. Did make some fake IDs back in the day, though.
Whoa.
Allegedly.
I never needed one. I had a mustache in middle school.
That was
They just
your
believed it.
legit ID.
I was like, look at this face. Does this look like a fucking young buck?
Jose's asking the guy behind the counter for his ID.
Do you have the credentials to ID me, sir?
Yeah, that's all I got. We're talking about. What's going on, nice?
Let's see here. Let me refer to my notes. So been watching a bunch of the MCU movies. Just the time before Endgame was truncated, so we only got to watch so many. But catching up on ones that I haven't watched in a while. And Prime had Iron Man 2, so I put that on. And man, you know what? It's a lot better than I remember it.
It's a good movie.
I like that movie.
It's
especially
down
compared to 3.
the fucking Tony Rhodey fight in the gym. That's downright quaint by comparison to today's movies. I really liked. I posted this on Twitter, but Black Widow's cover is that she's a member of the Stark Industries legal team. She's a fucking notary.
That's right.
So I have to assume she's in cover so deep that she might as well have gotten her certification.
She probably is an actual notary.
She probably is an actual notary. So do you think she fucking stamped everybody's Sokovia Accords? I love that idea. And then it was me and Mary's.
Also, real quick, follow up to what we talked about last week. We watched a little bit of Spider-Man Homecoming last night because Jax wanted to watch it, and Flash Thompson calls Black Widow at one point. So it is referenced at least once.
So it's code names for the public to talk about, like branding, essentially.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then Saturday was me and Mary's 6th anniversary, and May the 4th, as it is every year.
I did enjoy seeing those photos pop up on the Facebook.
Oh, you from like the wedding and shit?
Yeah, it was nice.
Real cool. It's always cool to relive those memories. So we had a fucking stacked ass day planned. First we, exchanged presents, and she had gotten me this Slave Leia that Kristen Allen did. Which
Lovely.
The funny story is, and if you haven't seen Kristen's recent work, I believe she calls them cuties. They're fucking beautiful.
Like, I wish I had room to get all of them. Like,
Yeah.
those demon girls especially. They're fucking fantastic.
So she put up on Twitter months ago this Slave Leia, and I saw it, and I immediately fell in love. But I, like, hesitated, and then I went back later to snag it, and it was already sold. And I was like, fuck. And then I had a moment where I'm like, because I did tweet about it real quick. So I had a moment where I'm like, maybe my wife got it for me. And then later that day, she got home from work, and she is so bad at keeping secrets.
Aww.
But yes, so a few months later, it was still a nice little surprise. So I thank her for that. And then we had a full day planned. We went out to Disney Springs. They did a re-release of the 1989 Tim Burton Batman for the 30th anniversary. And sure, it's not Star Wars, but we don't always have to do Star Wars things. But that first Batman movie is just a fucking cornerstone of my youth. Like, that summer, it was nothing but Batman. I had a Batman birthday.
Fever, dog.
Fucking, I've got a caricature from Six Flags Great America of me as Batman. I was all about it. It was very cool. What was interesting, it's one of those Fathom events. So the pre-show stuff was like trivia and behind the scenes shit. Ralph Garman hosted it, actually.
Oh, that's cool.
And then in between those little bits, they were showing commercials for comic books and trade paperbacks.
Huh.
I was like, that is real interesting. It was all Batman related, but you don't see that much.
No.
So that was cool. One thing that
It's almost as if that would be really cool to have been in front of the movie that made $2 billion.
Yeah. Like, why the fuck not? Like, maybe just a QR code. Like, hey, go get these off of Amazon Prime or Comixology, whatever. They're not going to do it. We've been talking about this for 10 years, and they're not going to do it. This was my first time seeing it on the big screen since I was 8 years old. One of the things I noticed that I don't think I ever noticed before is the scene where Joker's cutting the pictures out and taping them on the floor and all that, and he sees Vicky Vale for the first time. Who is this?
Right.
So on and so forth.
Stop the press.
Yes.
Who is that?
The shot
Vale.
starts.
I like Batman. Batman. Vicky Vale.
The shot starts
Vicky Vale.
on a desk, and it's a bunch of file folders talking about nerve toxin, and it's a bunch of her pictures from the Corto Maltese of people that are dead but with big fucking bug eyes and smiles. I didn't realize that the genesis of Smilex was this nerve agent from Corto Maltese, so I thought that was a real cool detail. And then we headed over to the Void. They have a few of these around the country. I don't know if you guys have any of them close to you, but it's VR. And they currently have a Star Wars one and a Wreck-It Ralph one. But it was Star Wars Day, so we did the Star Wars one. And boy, oh boy, this is fucking cool, you guys. Like, I knew VR has taken leaps and bounds over the past 5 years, but this was amazing. They put the helmet on you and then a vest, and of course, I needed 4 extender straps for my vest. And I had to take off my hat because my head was too big for the thing, but no big deal.
So take off your hat. No gangs here, boy.
Yeah, and as soon as they put the visor on me, my glasses start to fog up. So I take my glasses off from underneath the visor, and then the visor...
You got fucking full Velma in your VR gear?
Yeah, the visor starts to fog up too. I'm like, oh, god damn it. But man... you're stormtrooper. Well, no, you're not stormtroopers. You're rebel spies posing as stormtroopers, and you've been sent on this task by Cassian Andor from Rogue One, which I just kind of had to laugh at. And
Because you were like, this is my favorite movie.
we're actually on the way to Disney Springs, and we were talking about the top 6 for this week, and Mary was trying to name off droids, and she was like, and that one from the fucking Scarif movie, what was that called? So we see Cassian Andor, and I laughed. But man, your stormtroopers, and what was funny is Mary's a little short, so she was a shorter stormtrooper. And as we're going, I'm asking her, I'm like, am I like a super fat stormtrooper? I'm imagining a Barf from Spaceballs when they steal the Spaceball costumes. But no, I was slim and trim stormtrooper. And they tell you no running, no jumping, no climbing. I'm like, fine, I'm just gonna fucking chill. And you're sneaking around.
Chilling.
You're sneaking around a little bit, and then an alarm goes off, and you got to go. And at some points, you're crossing these bridges, and it's fucking weird, man, because you're just in a big room. but
you are moving around the room.
Yes, and there are things within the room, but you're in no danger of falling off of a bridge or anything.
Sure.
There's walls, there's doorways, but it's all very fucking basic. At one point, we're leaning over this railing, and there's this. We're on fucking Mustafar, the lava planet, and there's this balcony up top with a bunch of stormtroopers on it that are shooting at us, and we're shooting the stormtroopers. And then out of the lava comes these giant lava cockroaches that are spitting lava at us. And you're shooting at the lava. It's fucking insane.
That sounds awesome.
And then it ends with Darth Vader's coming for you. Like, he's coming straight for you, and you're cornered. But then you just get saved in the end, and man,
They're coming right for us.
Mary said that she's watching me, and I'm just kind of fucking. I'm wobbly, and I keep looking around because not only did I want to know, I wanted to keep my head on a swivel because at one point my vest is rumbling, and I turn and I'm just getting fucking shot from the side by a bunch of stormtroopers I didn't know were there. So I'm keeping my head on a swivel, but also I want to look around and see everything, you know. At one point, you're on an elevator, and it feels like you're on an elevator. I was just like, this is wild. So, highly recommended. If you've got a Void or any sort of VR thing near you, I would check it out. We are definitely interested in doing the Wreck-It Ralph one. Maybe doing the Star Wars again. It's not cheap. I think it was $30 to $40 a person. And it wasn't super long. The whole experience, including signing up and getting your shit, was about 30 minutes. So,
yeah, we have one in the mall near here, and it's $20 for 15 minutes.
Yeah, not the best bang for your buck, but it is super cool. I would still recommend it. And then we had this big gap between our VR and our dinner reservations. And just for shits and giggles, we walked up to the restaurant an hour and a half before our reservation, and we're like, "Hey, can you sit us now?" And they're like, yeah, it'll be 5 minutes. And we fucking high-fived.
Oh, shit.
We killed it so hard on this anniversary, you
WWE?
No, I didn't have to play the WWE card at all. So we had a nice, fancy-ish dinner out at Disney Springs, this place called Paddlefish. It's in an old paddle boat, and it's good seafood. And she got some bomb-ass scallops, and I got a lobster bisque and a crab cake sandwich, and pretty banger anniversary, if I do say so myself.
I think you fucking crushed it.
Yeah.
Well, fucking hell yeah, man. How about you, John-Michael? What's happening?
It's always good when things go good on a nice day.
Yeah.
That's fucking lovely.
Not much. Just Endgame a few more times. Not as many as I'd like, but I'm
How many
working
times
my
have
way
you seen
there.
it now since then?
I've seen it 3 more times since last week, so only 9 total.
Jeez.
Only.
Fucking slacker.
Well, I was gonna go tonight. They had an IMAX showing that would have gotten out just like 20 minutes before the start of the show, but when I got home, I laid down on the couch and took a 3-hour impromptu nap. So did not go to the movie, but I plan on seeing it. At least I'm gonna try and go either tomorrow or Thursday, and then again this weekend.
And this is how The Force Awakens still holds the record for #1 second weekend of all time domestically, because
You're not
Michael's
doing your part.
just fucking
so-
around.
I've failed everybody. I've failed myself. I can't even. I've
$2 million $2 million in Endgame could have beaten the record for highest grossing second weekend of all time. But
though it was over Christmas weekend that Force Awakens got all that.
Okay. I see. We're making excuses now. I understand. We'll just move past that. It's the only way I can
sleep at night.
I'm clearly fucking with you. I hope you know this.
I know.
Dare you, sir?
I just want it to beat Avatar. I just want it to beat
it's so
Avatar.
close. It's so close. It is within what, 700 million at this point? It is now the number 2 all-time worldwide movie, and it's in its second weekend. So the only thing against it, I think we talked about it last week, is there's so much shit coming out over the next few months, but I feel like it's gonna, at least one theater in one screening room is gonna be Endgame until at least the end of the summer.
I think that they really need to keep it in theaters as long as possible. And frankly, if it doesn't hit it in its initial run, screw it. Have Disney re-release it, because that's how Avatar and Titanic became 1 and 2. Is they both had re-releases,
right?
And at this point, they want it.
Yeah, you gotta go for it. Do like an Infinity War Endgame double bill.
Yeah, I would be shocked if they don't do that.
Yeah, they really should. And I'd love them to release. I don't know how much they cut out of the. I think at one point the runtime was 3.5 hours, maybe. I don't remember.
Give it to me.
Put the Living Tribunal back in.
I'm probably not even going to go see Detective Pikachu this weekend and just go to Endgame
Don't worry, John-Michael, I got you.
Kelly's going to be the John-Michael.
I'm seeing it 3 times.
He's going to be the John-Michael Detective Pikachu.
Yep.
It's so a month ago I was really excited for Detective Pikachu, and I still think it looks good and I'm still excited. But after Endgame, there's this I don't want to see anything else right now other than Far From Home, which that reinvigorated me. I like that lull of what am I gonna do with my life? Endgame is over. Just staring into the abyss, and then here comes Far From Home. I'm like, nope, I'm good. Let's do this.
Yeah.
That I thought I wanted them. I thought I wanted them to take some time off, and I realized that was just stupid. But other than that, not much. Just impulse buying action figures and pop vinyls left and right. So
we got the community out there looking for Lord Zeds, and everybody's stocked up with Lord Zeds now, so that's cool.
Fucking big up to John.
Yep.
Coming in correct, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Zed is so cool. I think it's the coolest of the Lightning Collection figures. It's the best Lord Zed we've gotten by far.
Oh, not even close.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm up to, I think it's 678 different pop vinyls now.
Jesus.
So really hitting those goals, striving hot,
And
aiming high.
your girlfriend's still into it, huh?
679. I was wrong. Yeah, she hasn't broken up with me yet. So
Hey,
I just get her I got her a Buffy Faith 2-pack a couple weeks ago, and that seemed to keep it going for her, because she had stopped collecting them for a little while. She doesn't really care that I do, though. She said that if we ever got married, she'd stop it, and I'm like, well, no, you won't.
Yeah, if anything, you're in deeper now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta just keep going at this point. I'm going back. I've got it so bad now, and I'm so into the with Marvel after Endgame that I'm going back and getting ones that I didn't get when they first came out, because I'm like, well, I don't really care about that character, and now I'm having to pay 3 times as much because they're 5 years old and you can't find them anymore.
Oh, JM.
So I got problems. I will hit over 700 by the end of the summer for sure.
Where do you put them?
I literally got a different apartment 2 years ago.
Just for them?
No, like my goal at one point was to actually, I wanted the people across the hall to move out so that I could rent that apartment too and live in that apartment and have this be my action figure apartment.
Target mission.
That's the goddamn dream, John-Michael.
I wish I want it. I just need to find a job that pays me enough for that. But no, I've got this 2-bedroom apartment literally just to have an extra bedroom for like all my extra stuff. Like,
you crazy.
So how are they displayed?
They're like, this is the worst part. Like, not all of them are displayed. It's more about, for me, it's more about having them than displaying them. I display some of them in my bedroom and my living room area. Like, I've got shelves and I've got some like baseball bat cases that I bought that I want to hang up to put them in. A lot of people display them like that. I've had the baseball cases for a year now and still haven't hung them. So, I'm getting right on that. And but the extra bedroom, they're just in store. It's essentially storage. Like, I need to reorganize it. It's just I don't feel like it. Like, I'm lazy, so I just got a few more today in the
You want to
mail.
rent it out for 3 months?
You could sleep in a corner, like balled up in a corner. That's about all the room there is. Like, I'm gonna need another new apartment soon.
Have they?
I'm trying to get.
Have they made their way into your bathroom?
Not yet. That's mainly because I'm worried they'll get damaged.
Yeah, don't do that. That's bad.
The only room in my apartment that doesn't have them is the bathroom because they're in my kitchen.
Because they're just gonna get piss particles all over them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
piss and fucking doo doo.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't do that to them. Like, that would just
in your kitchen too is bad too because you got grease and oil and all that.
I mean, theoretically, if I were to cook, but I don't cook, so like if you can get grease on them from microwaving stuff, then like, but no, I just have some Once Upon a Time and some Toy Story ones above my sink, but yeah, no, I've got.
Do you keep them in the box or do you?
I keep. Everyone that I have displayed is out of box, but everyone that I have displayed, I have a duplicate of that's still in box.
Oh, John-Michael.
Oh no, it's bad. Like,
I always support your multiple viewings of movies because it gives you so much joy, and people rag on you. But this Funko Pop shit has to stop.
It's an addiction. It's so bad. And every year, like with the Facebook memories, it pops up a picture of Shazam, like the DC Captain Marvel, where I took a picture of a pop I got, and I'm like, I think this is the beginning of my new addiction. And I'm like, I had no clue it would be this bad. But like, I stopped. I have to like collect things, and I've moved so far. I used to like work on collecting like DVDs and Blu-rays, and I still buy some, but I've moved pretty like away from that to digital.
Yeah.
I've moved away from physical comics pretty much to digital. So in order to get my fix of having something physical, because I can't get a digital action figure. Look, like, I'm not putting up pictures of action figures. Like, that's where I draw the line.
Good point.
Yeah.
So like, that's where my physical thing goes, and it's bad. Like,
Hey, I get it more than most. I fucking get it. But you definitely are my example when I do tell people, like, look, I got a lot of shit. Well, let me tell you about my buddy John-Michael.
I'm glad that I can be a cautionary tale.
And
This guy had to get a new fucking place.
people rag on you about all the money that you spend on movies, but I would assume all the movies that you've seen don't rack up to be 600 something, and a pop is as much as a movie ticket.
Yeah, no, like, that's where like most of my like disposable income, if you want to call it that, goes into like pops and other. I mean, I get other figures too. It's just I have the most. Like, as of today, I now have 677 different Power Ranger action figures.
Jesus, I didn't know there were that many.
Yep, I just bought these little tiny 2.5-inch SPD figures that came in the mail today that I've been wanting for a while, and I found them pretty cheap on eBay, so I got those. So like, that's where I don't make good financial decisions. Sometimes it's like, do I want to eat dinner? I mean, I eat, but it's like, do I need to eat fancy or do I need to get a pop? and I'll usually go with. Plus, I mean, my mom has a.
Ramen and a pop.
Let me ask you this: you fucking you put money in that 401k?
A little bit.
Okay, a little bit
Not
better
as
than nothing. Well, okay,
Not as much
okay.
as I should be. Like, if you talk to my dad, not as much as I should be.
A little
but
bit's better than nothing. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
Luckily, my mom has this problem where she's hyper caring, where she just wants to make food all the time, so I don't have to spend too much money on food.
Well, that's a mom, you know.
Yeah.
Well, she's the most nurturing person I've ever like seen or heard of. It's like a sickness with her. And after my grandmother died and my brother moved to Texas, all of that energy had to go somewhere, and I'm still local, so I get the benefits.
Down with the sickness.
J-Pop in the chat says, "Fuck it, JM. You can't take that money with you when you die."
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
That is true.
Spend it
But
now,
you
make
also
more
can't
later.
take them pops, so you better fucking display them.
I mean, I ca- like that's true. I'm getting better about things like that. I think I'll end up displaying them all eventually. But
Just use them as wallpaper. Just
I'm about to say you can just
Cover your
fucking
walls
pick a
with it.
wall, just start at the floor, go to the top.
yeah.
I've thought about it. Like I like if I could get rid of like one of I have 2 couches in my living room. I could get rid of
Fuck
one of them.
couches. Who needs a couch?
Just make a couch out of pops.
I've thought about making a house out of pops, but the boxes would get wet. Like, and then that.
Just tear off just pick a section of wall, fucking cut out the baseboard, and just start there. Just fucking there you go from the ground to the top.
Yeah, that.
Jan, did you hear
Honestly,
the story?
if it
sorry.
keeps going like this, that's where like I'm gonna have no other choice but to do that.
Yeah, maybe stop.
I keep wanting to, and they keep releasing them. Like they
Don't go back and buy the old ones.
I'm
That's the
curbing
thing.
it a little bit.
They will whatever one you think you need, like they'll make it again.
Oh, but they're not like the exact same thing, and like that's my problem. You know how many like freaking like Captain Americas and Iron Man and like that I've bought because they're slightly different, and like
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I can't, and I don't. And
figure
that's
had
Lee,
the ass of
Lee, how
America.
many Optimus Primes do you have? Tell me the names of
Well,
Hasbro.
I was just
I
going to
don't
bring
know-
this
I
up.
don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, I think you use Lee's outlook on things, where if he wants to get something new, he has to get rid of some old garbage on eBay somehow. So I think
I've definitely got rid of a lot more stuff these past little bit.
when you get to the point where you don't have any more room, you're going to have to start to make trades.
well, I
128, Kelly.
Whoa,
Soul Gem, baby.
I want to
Get one, you got to give one.
I want to get rid of like theoretically I want to, but then on the other hand, it's like I spent so much time cultivating all this collection. I don't want to have just like get rid of it.
I sold,
Yeah, but you
I
cultivate
sold-
to sell it for twice as much. Think of
I
it.
want to
Right.
well, twice as much is that's a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, I have
just
Gotta
some.
be realistic.
I have some that have appreciated. I have more that have deep. Like most of them, like aren't worth as much as I paid for them.
What do you
But
think
I
is your
only
most
paid $5.
valuable one? Give me your most valuable one if you were to try to sell it, and your most valuable one to you personally, no matter
Most
what you spent.
Most valuable one, period, is the original Green Arrow, like comic Green Arrow. Last I checked, it was around like sentimental value. Makes it even harder to sell that Green Arrow one because that's actually the first one I ever bought. I bought it at C2E2 2000.
Okay,
like,
well that one you keep. Sell
Yeah.
the Doom then.
I could,
No, but
Oh,
Dr.
no.
Doom's really,
No, you gotta
Dr.
keep
Doom's
on to
really
the
cool,
Doom.
though.
You need to wait until Marvel redoes Doom.
yeah,
Let them Doom prices skyrocket.
that's true.
The end
Um,
of it.
Yeah, my personal favorites are probably all the Ninja Turtles or all the Power Rangers. It's hard to tell. Like I love them all. Like I'm staring at them. I'm staring at my some of my Golden Girls ones right now. But
Golden Girls. Jesus fuck.
no, they make that's the problem. Every time them like
I
oh, I've
almost
caught
bought
up,
those
they make-
because that's fucking hilarious.
like the two things that I've wanted them to make the most. Well, they've made most of what everything I've wanted, like Golden Girls and Parks and Rec and stuff. I'm still waiting on from the TV show Psych. I want them to make Psych ones, and they're finally making Yu Yu Hakusho from the anime.
They're making them, and you're waiting on them to make it, or you want them to make it?
I want them to make it.
Okay.
Like that's like those are my two things. And I keep telling myself, okay, I'm gonna pare it down to just like certain series. Like, but then
at this point, if that is a thing, then they have a pop of it at this point. Like,
They still haven't done the Fresh Prince, which I'm surprised at.
yeah, they haven't. That's
Remember when they were like, "We're not making any Mad Max Fury Road pops. That'll never happen."
Yep.
and then they fucking did.
They did.
yeah. So
Have you seen the Cheech and Chong ones out there in the wild?
I have not. But speaking of Tommy Chong, I met a woman today that looked exactly like him. Minus like a beard, but like other than that, like exactly like him.
So usually guys grow up to be lesbians. He went the other way around, huh? Or she grew up to,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I got you.
It was very
You know what I'm talking about.
It was very disconcerting. I'm like, I wanted to tell her, but I didn't want to insult her.
She knew.
Yeah,
Miss,
She's,
you know,
she's
you
seen her
Like
fucking
Tommy
face.
Chong.
Dave's not here, man.
Well, we fucking love you, John-Michael, and you know,
thank you.
never change. Never
At this point, I'll be 32 in a month. There's no change in happening.
Yeah, you're still young though. 32 is still young.
Yeah, but I'm also stubborn. So
Yeah, but
I won't
also
change.
at some point, pops are going to tank.
I actually want them to, so I don't have to keep spending money.
like, don't fucking tempt me.
It's
I
abusive.
want them to stop. I love them, but like I'd be fine if I didn't have to get any more. But like this compulsion within me, like I'm like I have to have them.
Actually, I know what that is. Like, this is why, like, the shit you're talking about, and you know, I don't look around the stuff that surrounds me, and people. Every once in a while, people are like, you don't drink, and I'm like, no, no, I don't, because there's that thing in the back of my head that's like, I might never stop.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I
same,
drink.
Same.
Exactly
That's why I don't do coke.
yeah.
I have
Or
no
hookers.
I have no
If
problems
I like
with
it
excess
as much
whatsoever.
As I like toys. By God.
Coke
that
or
go?
hookers, I stay away from.
Remember when I got those NECA movie turtles and I was like, "This is it. These are the last toys I need ever."
Yep. And,
then
it's
they're
just
like-
gotten worse.
Then they're like, "Hey, we got cartoon turtles now." I'm like, "Okay."
And you're like, cool, now I'm a NECA ambassador.
Love it. So what's going on with you, Kelly? You
Not
fucking,
much.
so you made it out of the free comic day alive?
I did. I made it through another one. Busy as hell, but not as busy as the past years, which was nice. Because we didn't do Facebook advertising this year. And so that kind of cut down on the amount of people that just come in, take the comics, and walk out.
Smart.
I mean, you still got those people, but
Sure.
it wasn't as bad. So
You had more of people that were there because it was free comic book day, not just to
Yes.
go grab shit.
yes, yeah, and everything kind of worked out smoothly. Like, it was pretty nice. There's only one real shithead, but like other than that, everyone was pretty cool. It was a solid free comic book day.
Well, that's fucking wonderful to hear, man.
Yeah,
Like you-
everything worked out.
You are never far from my thoughts on a free comic book day.
The next day, like from just moving back and forth between the register and the credit card machine, my calves hurt.
I believe that.
Like that's never happened to me before.
That's what they call a repetitive stress injury.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
And then yesterday I was walking around my front lawn cleaning things up because there's a bunch of like branches that fell down. So I was like, all right, I'll get rid of these. And I'm 95% sure that a full-grown human man took a shit on my lawn.
Oh, God.
Like it has to be a person because it's either an enormous dog, but like, and if it's a dog, it's got to be like a wild dog because it was like right by my house. Like, and it was like a good 30-40 feet away from the sidewalk.
That's really upsetting.
Have you have you considered a werewolf?
I mean,
Like
There was a guy on his
mid-transformation?
morning jog. Cough
Mid-transformation
finally hit him, and he's like, "Oh God!"
I haven't not considered.
shit is like bird shit. It's probably
Yeah, I don't-
liquidy.
Yeah, I would assume, but I don't know.
I'm sure it was a guy. Like, my uncle, no, my I have a family member who shit in some random person's garage. They were walking down the street and had to go when they were young, and they just walked into somebody's open garage,
Oh
took
my
a shit.
God.
Fucking
Fuck it.
savages.
Yeah,
I want to mail the box of shit to somebody.
Oh, god damn it. I just got a text that says it was me from Mahoney.
Got him.
Now I know. He was talking to those squirrels that try to break into my house, and he took a shit while he was here.
I found a picture of turkey shit, by the way, so I think you can rule it out.
All right, what's it look like? Hang on.
It looks like a tiny little. It's more turds than it is like bird shit, but it's super tiny, like the size of a crayon.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's like a duck shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It kind of looks like a cigarette.
Don't smoke that.
Oh, Mahoney keeps laughing.
Ever get high on duck shit?
Right in my fucking lawn, it says. just capital letters laughing at me. I should have known.
Got him.
Yep, got him. So last night I watched a movie on Amazon Prime that I'd never heard of before.
The Matrix.
No, I'd heard of that one. So you know how you just go on like Netflix or Prime and you just scroll through the movies and like you don't even really have the intention of watching a movie. You're just like, I want to look at these.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I like to collect them in my queue, but never watch them.
Yes, exactly. So I was doing that last night until I happened upon a movie called Human Lanterns. And it's a 1980s Shaw Brothers movie. Now I just got a text that's full of poop emojis and then one clown face. So it's like a 1980 or 1981. It's by Shaw Brothers, so it's a Chinese kung fu movie. But it's like, so you get your kind of traditional Shaw Brothers movie. It's about two competing lords. One of them, they're kind of competing. They're like, okay, we're gonna be the biggest, best lord in the village or whatever. And so one of them is like, all right, I'm gonna get the best paper lantern, and I'm gonna beat this guy at this. So he goes to this lantern maker, and he's like, hey, I want the best one. How can I get you to make it for me? And this dude's like, no, you gotta go to this guy. He'll hook you up. So he sends him to this guy. And it turns out this guy is a dude this one lord beat up and disgraced 7 years ago and took everything he had. But when the lord sees him, he treats them like they're old best friends. And so the guy's like, yeah, I'll help you. I'll make this lantern for you. And then he just goes and fucks his whole shit up.
Huh.
So he slowly, over time, destroys this whole guy's life, takes both the guys, the woman he's having an affair with, and his wife, kills them and skins them, and turns them into lanterns.
There it is.
There's the Human Lantern.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So you get, your typical Shaw Brothers movie, but suddenly it turns into a horror movie where someone's getting skinned.
Ah.
And as Nice sent us the picture of him admiring a mole on this woman's skin that he's going to turn into a lantern.
That's super fucking dark.
Yeah, it's a weird ass movie. It's an interesting time. The fight scenes are rad as hell, as you'd expect from a Shaw Brothers movie. It is not what I expected, because all of a sudden, it's just kind of out of nowhere where it turns into a horror movie suddenly.
That's awesome.
And then it just goes back to being a normal Shaw Brothers movie. But yeah, that's on Amazon Prime. I recommend it.
Fantastic.
Well, I'm gonna put it in my list.
Well, you have to assume it's kind of like people that turn people into lampshades. You know,
Yeah.
lanterns are just the old school lampshades.
Very true.
Oh, I almost super Daved right there. We're
Oh, and then I've been playing. I thought of one more thing I've been doing. I've been playing a bunch of this game on Switch. It's called Valhalla, but
That
it
shit
is
looks really weird.
Oh yeah, it's real weird. It's if it's spelled out VA-11 Hall-A, and it's essentially a cyberpunk bartending simulator.
nice.
And it's just like a visual novel, essentially. And you're playing the bartender, talking to your bar patrons, and you just go through her life, like, you know, working at the bar. And when you get off work, you go back to your house. You can buy stuff, and you can like read the news of the day and go on like shitty future Reddit and that kind of stuff. It's interesting. It's very well written game. I've been enjoying it so far. But
That sounds boring as fuck, but
Yeah.
I definitely see why you like it.
yeah, it's a book.
Yeah.
It's a book on the screen. Like I enjoy a visual novel every now and then. Not very often, but every now and then. And I really like a lot of the designs in the game. Like I haven't gotten to the part where I get to interact with the dog people yet, but I'm excited for that.
So,
Like the Ultra Shiba, what the fuck it was called?
Well, yeah, there's at some point like there's smart dogs that run like some kind of company, and they keep talking about how before the game started they had rented out the bar to throw a party. So when the first day you're playing in the game, the bar smells like dog piss,
Oh God,
and so like one of your coworkers is trying to clean everything.
very upsetting. I like it.
imagine that in VR. I was fucking running into doorways.
Oh, that's like the time I went to my buddy's house to play VR and I tried to fight his TV.
They also tell you, if someone hands you something, don't throw it.
That was my favorite thing when I was with VR, because there was this game where you were like supposed to defuse a bomb, and you were sitting at a table to do it. And I was just picking shit off the table and throwing it across the room. Like that was my favorite thing ever.
Yeah,
Like, I loved it.
The part of it, I forgot to tell, part of it was like you're supposed to decode this shit or whatever, and it's like Simon, you're supposed to remember the buttons, the colors, and then recreate the sequence. But for some reason, our helmets were just a little bit offset, so we're touching the buttons that we're seeing, and it's just a flat surface. So I'm just assuming that there's just a flat surface there, but if you move over 2 inches, there's fucking buttons. And oh man, we are so bad at that to the point where they're just like, fuck it, you can move on now. I think working there would be cool, just to watch people freaking out with their fucking helmets on, just doing stupid shit or being off balance.
Oh god damn it, Mahoney shit on my roof too.
He's spry. You should have known when you saw that ladder. It wasn't Santa Claus.
It's fucking great.
So did you guys watch the Far From Home trailer?
Hell yeah, so the Far From trailer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
That was cool.
We talked about it a little bit on Twitter about the they have the line in there about Mysterio being from Earth but from another dimension. And then Kelly, you brought up the idea that apparently that's Mysterio's deal in Spider-Man.
Yeah, because in Spider-Man, it was basically that the Mysterio of the 616 and of the Ultimate Universe were the same guy. But he was controlling a robot body in the Ultimate Universe, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
So yeah, it was essentially I could see him doing that. So it's like, you know, multiverse stuff. So Mysterio's tied in that way. So
and then, like Lee said, he could just be bullshitting too.
That too. But honestly,
Bullshitting.
all I know is that I want this to end with live action Tom Holland showing up in Spider-Verse 2.
Jose, did you watch the Far From Home trailer?
No, because I've already seen one.
Well, this was a
Like
This makes it look like an entirely different movie.
right,
Yeah.
because it has plot points from Endgame that they touch on in it as well.
so it's like this is kind of gives you an idea of what the movie's actually about.
But do I want to know? When's it come out?
July 2nd.
July.
Oh, yeah, no, I can wait. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm out now. Like I'm done now. Like I watched the one, and that's it. I'm finished.
No, I'm done. So now I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I like that.
They also released a clip today.
Ooh.
Like a long clip.
Not watching that.
Yeah, I don't need to see that.
I almost guarantee you'll hear about one of the things that's mentioned in it because ever since it came out, there have been two things that I cannot help but see in every bit of my feed of everything. I won't say what they are. Like I won't be the one to spoil it for you.
Well,
but
I have drastically altered my social media behavior in recent weeks, so I'm good.
One thing that was mentioned I thought was cool, but makes me kind of go like that's weird. But I'm hoping. Well, I saw one person suggest that Mysterio might be Peter Parker from an alternate Earth.
I could see that.
Yeah, where they hired him instead of Tobey Maguire.
I mean, I could. Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't look entirely. I mean, he's a white guy with brown hair, so he doesn't look entirely dissimilar to Tom Holland.
No, in another world, that guy totally played Spider-Man.
Well,
Yeah.
he was supposed to
Jake
replace
Gyllenhaal
Tobey
could
Maguire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to. Yeah, for Spider-Man 2.
I'll be really happy if he's Arno Stark.
Yeah, that would be pretty great.
Which I don't understand that reference.
You know what? Actually, there's a bit in Endgame. Arno Stark is.
Whoa! I haven't seen Endgame yet.
Yes, you have.
Arno is Howard and Melissa's. Is it Melissa Stark? Is the first son.
Yeah, he's the Iron Man of 2020.
Yeah, and so there's a bit when Stark's at Camp MacGuffin talking to his dad, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the wife's pregnant." And he's doing this little thing this math in his head, wait, there's a minute where it's like, "Is that right?" There's that could be him thinking that's not when the fuck my birthday is. So maybe.
Well, 1970, I think that would definitely be around the time of Robert Downey Jr., if not earlier.
Yeah, I think that I thought that I feel like I read somewhere that initially they listed his birth year as 68 or 9, but I guess 70's right in line with it. That would have put him
they could fuck around and say he's a younger brother. They're not against changing things.
Well, their timeline is all over the place at this point because of. I mean, mainly it's because of Homecoming putting that 8 years later thing. Because that would have put it.
I think you can disregard that. You can.
Yeah,
I do.
Robert Downey Jr. born April 4th, 1965. He's 54 years old. Okay.
64?
54.
Oh, okay.
54. So I looked that up, and then I wanted to know, and then it's people also search for. This is Tom Holland, Chris Evans, and then it says Paul Rudd. Okay, Chris Evans, born in 81. He's fucking 37 years old. Okay, fine, right? Paul Rudd, who's played as a contemporary to a Captain America. The man is 50 years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
They made a big
April
deal
6th,
recently.
1969. He's a fucking vampire.
Yeah, they made a
Black
big deal.
crack.
They made a big deal recently when he turned 50 that, it seems like he hasn't aged in the past 20 years. But then you think about it, and he played a college student in Clueless, and he looked like he was 35 in Clueless. So he's just finally caught up to his age.
It's got that Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
But the one thing I really want, the thing I want most from Mysterio in Far From Home, the two things, I really want him to. This kind of spits in the face of the character a little bit, but I don't really have any kind of attachment to the comic version. One, I want him to be on the up and up. I think it would be more interesting if you maybe think that you go in thinking that he's going to have a turn and then he doesn't, because I've seen that story. You know, we all have. Oh, the supposed ally is actually an enemy. We got to stop him.
That's true.
And then 2, I just want him to be the sorcerer supreme of his Earth, and then he survive Far From Home, and then have him team up with Doctor Strange in like Doctor Strange 2 or 3.
What are some
I'm not
examples?
gonna lie, I'll be fucking mad if he's magic.
What are some
That dude
examples
should
of
not be magic at all.
a hero ending up being the villain that you can think
Well, not
of?
necessarily a hero to be the villain, but like every version of Spider-Man has had some dude he looks up to that becomes a bad guy.
Sure.
Like this kind of has been done to death. I see your point for sure.
But we haven't had much in the way of someone posing as a hero who's really a piece of shit.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Not like necessarily in like the MCU or in superhero movies, but I mean just in movies. I mean just last year, like in Mission Impossible, it was done. Like, and I liked it, but it's kind of.
It was
I feel
Henry Cavill's mustache all along.
You're right. It definitely is a trope for sure.
Yeah, I think it. I mean, my assumption is he's probably the one behind the elementals and either their illusions, or if he is magic, that he somehow unleashed them, or like something like that. But I don't know. I think it'd be more interesting if he's actually on the up and up.
Kelly says.
Are you guys ready for me to just shit all over this movie if he's magic?
Kelly says, "I don't want him to be magic, and he better not have an instant kill mode in his suit."
Yep.
I mean, I
He
think
should be like he's fucking Mysterio. He should be.
Well, I could also see him being kind of almost like Alexander Luthor / Lex Luthor, like where he's from an alternate Earth and he's good, and his evil counterpart is from like Spider-Man's Earth, and he's come here to stop him.
I would be all right with that.
There's all kinds of ways
Then
they
he
can go
does
with it.
magic trick at the end.
As long as there's a shitbag Mysterio that's a stunt man that makes awesome shit.
Yeah, like, it's also be bullshit fake. It's real life special effects, basically.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
don't
because that's
do a
been my
fucking-
greatest fear with Mysterio is that they would just forget all that and be like, "Oh, he's magic now," because that's not Mysterio.
We'll find out soon enough. So fucking, what'd you think, Jose? You had a chance to go out and see the end games?
Hey, he sounds like me.
I'm joking. I thought it was pretty good. Well done. I think they were like right from the beginning, they hit you in the heartstrings because it's like this shit's going on, and then they're gone, and they're like, remember? This happened.
Remember how
One
you
more
felt?
time, let me
Yeah.
show you a man losing his family right before his eyes. That sends him into a fucking fit of rage.
Well, the 2 kids and the wife, yeah, but the kid who wanted the mayo on his hot dog, he could go.
Yeah, fuck that kid. Did you hear that originally was going to be the way that Infinity War ended?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. That would have been a bad choice.
It works so much better as the cold open of Endgame.
That
Yeah,
would have
and then
been
it's like-
terrible.
Fade to slow. The I did love the opening, like the music change. They eventually gave you the Avengers opening,
Yeah.
but oof, I didn't cry once,
I cried so much.
not once.
I've
I'm kidding. I fucking
I cried
teared
through
up.
I cried through the
I
whole thing.
teared up when she hit the goddamn bullseye.
You were just ready. You were ready to be hurt.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, that's so beautiful.
Man, I cried more watching General Hospital last week.
Oh.
So
It
Kelly
was-
didn't like it, huh?
No, he
was
liked
fine.
it. He liked it.
I liked it.
Speaking of Hawkeye's daughter, like the first time I saw the movie, I saw, like you see her, and then later the 3 kids that come up to Hulk for a picture. The girl that's with him, I'm like, damn, she looks so much like Hawkeye's daughter. Looking them up, they're sisters. They're Joe Russo's daughters.
Ah.
Ha.
Shitloads of cameos. They said this is the last chance. Anyone who ever wanted to be in one of these,
Yeah.
y'all better. Did you see fucking Matthew Berry?
Yes.
ESPN fantasy football analysis. Matthew fucking Berry escorting goddamn
ESPN, the global leader in sports.
Leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. That fucking was hilarious.
Well, you missed it entirely, but not only was Matthew Berry in it, but fucking did you hear about LaShawn McCoy spoiling it?
No,
LaShawn
that's hilarious.
McCoy on the Friday that Endgame came out tweeted R.I.P. my man Tony Stark. Why'd they have to kill Iron Man? And then Matthew Berry dragged him for a week.
Oh.
Yeah, LaShawn McCoy became public enemy number 1.
Oh god damn it, Mahoney shit in the basement too.
Yeah, everybody knew that was coming.
So
No, I didn't know he was gonna shit in my basement.
He gave you so many hints.
how does he have that much shit?
He must have been saving it up.
In jars.
Maybe he was just like put them in little Tupperwares and just like plopped it out.
Oh my god. So Jose, what were some of your favorite parts?
Fucking Dude Thor was goddamn hilarious.
Oh man.
That was the shit.
There's been a backlash against Fat Thor
That's just not. Fuck people.
because he's made to be the butt of the jokes, and also because people don't like that, they made this guy fucking fat. But
no, the only ones complaining are the fucking ladies because this was the first movie that they didn't get to see fucking abs on someone's back.
right.
I don't want to hear shit because at both movies, when he turned around, everyone was like, "Oh." So
Yeah.
don't fucking give me no bullshit.
Yeah, it
women.
killed so many lady boners. I get it.
People
dude.
being pissed and calling it fat shaming make me so so infuriated because
That's
and especially the more times I've seen this movie, like Captain America is my favorite character in the movie and in Marvel and whatever, but Thor's arc is really rivaling his for me for my favorite of this movie because, and I said this last week, he is a broken man, and like you see that like he has lost everything. Like every movie since Thor: The Dark World, like he's lost stuff. Except not Avengers 2, but like he's lost more and more and more, and like it's not fat shaming.
Lost his
just
girl,
because
lost his mom, lost his brother, lost
His
He
dad,
has that moment
half
where
of
he's
his
like, "Oh
people.
shit, I am still worthy after all." It's
it's a
fucking great.
Yeah.
moment, and just because characters make fun of somebody's weight, that's not like fat shaming. Like you can, and especially, and I've seen this argument, and then I've seen people argue against it. But the two characters that kind of poke fun at it are Rocket and Rhodey, and they're known for being snarky in these movies. And I've seen other people say like, "Oh, well, that doesn't excuse it." But like, I'm sorry, like, fuck you if you think that this is fat shaming because it's
Well,
not.
also, like, you know what that means? That means that people that think that is fat shaming, they don't have good friends.
Yeah, if this was
Because a real
fat,
friend would call you on that bullshit.
Yeah, and Rocket says that Quill is one sandwich away from being fat in Guardians 2.
like if true fat shaming would be Thor not being worthy because he's fat,
Right.
or Thor,
Yeah,
or
the hammer
like,
doesn't come, and
Right.
instead a sandwich comes in.
but like this movie is actually like
It's a fucking foot-long hoagie flies into his hand on Asgard.
Now that's a cool power.
I want to say that this is actually very good representation of somebody who's going through a struggle, and it shows that just because you put on weight or just because you're like not maybe in the best place psychologically doesn't mean that you're worthless and that you're unworthy. You are not the sum of all of your problems.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think that people are focusing like I just
On the
it
wrong
pisses
end
me
of it?
off.
But you are meant to laugh at him, though.
Yeah,
right.
You're
Like-
meant to laugh at his trauma.
Right.
And his actions and his words too. He is definitely
Right.
the comedic relief in an otherwise sad, brutal fucking movie.
And
Yeah, but it's all beer gut. That's what the joke is. It's all beer gut.
It's all beer gut, and the joke isn't like just like haha fat people are funny. It's the stark contrast from where he was to where he is now. Like he was like one of the most ripped people like ever, and to see him like this, and his actions are some of his like wanting a Bloody Mary. Like, yeah, that's meant to be funny, but that doesn't negate the underlying sadness. Like, comedy comes from tragedy, and I think people just think because you're meant to laugh at some of his things that they're meant to make it seem like, well, fat people are bad, which it's not.
I never saw it as fat shaming. I saw it as just like making fun of this dude's breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
I do wish he would have ordered a White Russian, though.
That's funny.
So from the beginning, it was brilliant, and then they fucking just chopped his head off. Movie over, and then it like fades to black.
Yeah. Thor
For,
expected
like, a while.
he was
For a
going to
long-
chop
for,
Thanos'
like-
head off, and he was going to feel better, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, but it's like fade to black for a long time, and then it's 5 years later. Even the words come in fucking slow. Goddamn. Once they start going back in time, and then it turns into a best of remember how cool this was. I lost my shit. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I sat up in my seat. I had a big smile on my face. And I said, are they gonna fucking do this? And they pulled it off fucking perfect. They gave everybody their moment, and fucking Cap versus Cap, brilliant.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can do this all day. Yeah, I know. I know you can, you fucking asshole. And you.
I got eyes on Loki.
What I loved also was like the role reversals. Like this scene, the one where they're all in the elevator and then Cap gets on with them, which is the reverse opposite of the other scene from Civil War,
where Winter
Cap's
Soldier.
in the elevator,
Winter Soldier.
and they all get in with him.
Yeah. Anybody
And
want to
then
get off?
They did the kind of flashing forward, they did the Captain America holding Thanos' fist, but they did that with Captain Marvel, which was kind of cool. And then the end where they ended it the same way the last one did. He sits down, takes a breath,
Yeah.
looks around, and it's like, fuck.
I traveled through time for this shit.
Yeah. Fuck, man. At least in the other, I should have just stayed at the golf course.
I fucking
Like,
won, and I fucked
here's what
myself.
What?
He won, and then he fucked himself.
Yeah, because that Thanos knows he won, but he never got to taste the victory.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he sees, oh shit, I did it. And then he has that false sense of accomplishment, but then now the pride kicks in and he's like, well, I got to do it.
Didn't you fucking hear other me? I'm inevitable, bitch.
That was pretty cool. And then chop, roll. That shit was fucking sweet. Black Widow threw me for a loop. That was kind of cool though. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that they play the like Soulstone Vormir like sacrifice music that played both for when Thanos killed Gamora in the last movie and plays here when Black Widow sacrifices herself. I love that they play that score when she meets Hawkeye in Tokyo.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, if you listen to it, it's the same music, so it sets up what's going to
It told you
happen
from the beginning.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. I didn't recognize it until like the second or third time I saw it.
So I didn't hear it the fourth time. I got it down. I was humming it before it happened.
That's awesome.
So I asked these guys in the thing. So to get the stone, you have to give a soul. But if you bring the stone back, because he's got to put it back.
Yeah.
Can he then have a choice of all the sacrificed souls before to bring one back?
No refunds. That's part of the deal. No refunds.
Well, but he has to put the. It doesn't matter, no refunds. He's got to put the stone back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's basically you have to pay to get it out, but you can put it back in for free.
Yeah, it's a deposit.
Yeah.
You don't get the deposit back. You ding the corner.
There's a cool cartoon of Cap going back and putting all the stones back, and then he gets to Red Skull and he's like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And then someone responded to the cartoon of Cap saying, "Why is this planet covered in dead women?" It makes sense that it had to be Natasha because I mean she's got no family, she got nothing left. Her goal was to bring everybody back, and if she's got to sacrifice herself, that's what she got to do.
I mean, it's a completion of the arc, essentially, that was set up in the first Avengers movie, where she's like, I've got red in my ledger, I want to wipe it out. What better way to wipe it out than to bring back trillions of people?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she surely did not kill that many.
It all plays, man. It's all tight.
Man, I gotta say, I've come full circle on Scarlett Johansson. I used to think she was sucky, but I'm Team ScarJo now.
The character was sucky. She got better. The character got better.
Yeah.
It all got better. Like, her first 2 times were not the best of Black Widow's character in any way.
She did a really good job in this movie.
And fucking Rocket talking shit about her Captain Marvel's haircut.
Her haircut fucking sucked. Okay, so you hadn't seen Captain Marvel before you saw Endgame.
No, I did watch that scene you sent me, though.
Okay, so did her introduction confuse you at all, or were you just on board?
No, because, I mean, I knew she was coming, and I expected her.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like I was like, who's this bitch?
But you watched the mid-credit sequence from Captain Marvel, and then...
Well, after Infinity War.
After the fact, yes.
It didn't really matter. I mean... When the light showed up, my first thought was that's Captain Marvel.
Right.
Yeah, well, no shit. Captain Marvel. They got to bring her in some way. What better way? She's space person, so have her. But how did she just come across them?
Well, no. See, if you look at the mid-credit sequence from Captain Marvel, Cap still has his beard in that scene. Right. So theoretically, she's
been there for a while. But what I'm saying is how did they know where Tony was?
Oh, there had to be some sort of fucking Iron Man, LoJack, or whatever.
Yeah, or fucking Rocket would have told him how to find the Milano,
the Benatar. Yeah.
Okay. Well, as long as
that's right.
Yeah, because other than that, her just stumbling upon them is lame. But, space, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, they gotta bring her in. So no shit. So that didn't surprise me. I just rolled with it.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming. It makes sense. You got to get him back to Earth. Do it. Let's go. Was thrown out. I thought that they would at least have her put the
gauntlet on.
Yeah.
I thought she was wildly underused.
A little bit. Yeah. For as big of a deal as they made, she really didn't play a big part, except for she took the ship down single-handed.
Right.
It really
that helped the overall fight. It kind of helped to even the playing field at that moment in time. But other than that, she did 2 things.
You're not wrong.
Needed.
It was more like a marketing decision. Like, let's basically pretend she's going to be important so that more people will want to see her movie.
That bugs me. That really bugs me that you say that.
They're like, oh, it's going to play so into it.
Right.
You got to see it.
Right.
You got to
fucking
see
had
it.
no problem with any of her shit at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't either.
Like, she, like,
I thought she was great.
I liked her fine in the movie.
Yeah, I had no issue. I just thought that she would have put the glove on, but I did like her throw down.
Why?
Because of her abilities, she's powerful. She would be able to withstand it, even if she just had it on for like a moment and then it got taken back off.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting her to win, but I did expect her to, at one point, put the glove on and fucking throw a couple punches.
When Thanos rips the Power Stone out and punches her in the fucking grill.
Yeah.
Like, I want to keep this one. I want to keep this one.
I just wish she had a little bit more to do in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that it's like the movie it was about the first Avengers. The first Avengers.
Sure.
That's great.
For sure. Like I'm glad she wasn't the one that like finished everything off, because that should have been one of the originals. And I'm glad it was Tony. But she
should not have.
She should have had. I wish she had like, I don't know, a little bit more to do. What I specifically I don't know, but like
she was no Rose.
Oh my god.
I feel like this conversation is one step away from being an Ethan Van Sciver video.
Well, the chicks got a splash page. That was pretty cool. When they all said, "No, fuck that. We got your back. Let's roll, chicks." And they fucking came and threw down, knocked some fuckers out. That was cool. Chicks rule. I got no beef with chicks.
That's the part I hated most about the movie, actually.
Well, hey, at least I'm not saying it.
I'm glad you dug it.
Jose says not enough F word.
Love it.
Beautiful send off. It makes sense. You give Tony the opportunity to be the hero and
make the sacrifice play.
He saved the day. He did the right thing. All of that. Cool. He got to do that. And then Cap, all he ever did was fight for somebody else. So now he gets a chance to fucking take care of himself for a little bit.
Yeah. Imagine.
Sit back and watch the 9/11
happen. Imagine that first load he busts.
Well, it hurt. It's got that Superman effect, right?
Which one of you was talking about Peggy just hobbling around?
Oh, the one shot of her just walking funny. That's all it is.
Fantastic.
I'd watch it.
Awesome, man. We did it.
Well, this probably will not be the last time we talk about Endgame in the foreseeable future.
Well,
so,
and also,
I do need to see it a second time.
Yes, absolutely. And last week I asked John-Michael to kind of write a eulogy to this version of the MCU, since it is a closure of sorts. And then, we talked about Endgame so long last week, I completely fucking forgot about it. So that's why JM's back on this week, and he's got some words to say about the MCU, if you guys don't mind. Bow your heads.
I preface this by saying, I give it about a C- on quality. I've never written a eulogy before, and two, I wrote something for last week, and then we talked, and most of what I want, a huge chunk of what I wanted to say was just said during conversation.
We touched on it,
and then I wanted to rewrite it, and I told Nice I was going to see the movie a couple times this week, and then I wanted to rewrite it after that, and then I got busy during the weekend, and yesterday at work I'm like, shit, I haven't rewritten it yet, so I had 15 minutes to quickly rewrite it because I was so busy at work yesterday. So I give it a C-, maybe a C+. Definitely not my favorite work. So
way to build it up.
Now I'm excited.
No, I am always set expectations low, and that way, if you exceed them,
when I fucking crush it,
you'll under promise, over deliver. I respect that.
It's a much better strategy than hyping it up and then everybody being disappointed.
That's right.
So, all right. So everybody, bear with me. All right.
Bow your heads, you fucking savages.
All right. There was an idea, this, called the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable movies, see if they could become something more, see if they could work together to do something that had never been done before in cinematic history. 22,898 minutes. That's how much of my life I have devoted to seeing MCU movies in theaters.
Wow.
That equals 381.6 hours or 15.9 days. To say that I'm a fan would be an understatement. These movies are core to my being at this point. They flow through my veins like lightning, or cheese whiz, depending on who you ask. The MCU has been there through good times and bad. It has been an escape from the often cruel and chaotic world. As this chapter of the MCU has reached its conclusion, and we say goodbye to characters that we have known and loved for a decade, I want to take a bit of time to honor this crazy universe they created. People say ashes and ashes, dust to dust, and that seems pretty fitting for this chapter of the MCU. The Infinity Saga has ended with a snap and has been scattered to the wind like dust. This leaves way to a bright future for our remaining characters. But while the MCU will continue, Endgame closes the long box on this volume of the story. Let's go back in time a little bit. I am Iron Man. That improvised line set the tone for a decade of movies to come. Like Fury said, Tony had become part of a larger universe without knowing it. The idea Marvel could weave together numerous characters through nearly 24 movies to create a beautiful tapestry was something that no one ever thought possible, especially in the early 2000s, when an onslaught of superhero movies began populating the box office. Some of these attempts to bring these characters to life were good, or at least decent, and some missed the mark in spectacular fashion, i.e. the Galactus Cloud. Then came Kevin Feige, a man burdened with glorious purpose. He saw what was and dreamed of what could be. After cutting his teeth on previous Marvel projects, he set his sights higher with the help of Jon Favreau and others. They introduced Iron Man to the masses. And despite the production of the movie reportedly being a shit show, the final product was anything but. And with the movie's release, a new era of comic book movies was ushered in. Through it all, you could tell that those behind these movies truly cared about the characters and wanted to produce the best movies possible. That does not mean there were not some bumps in the road. Some of the movies did not soar as high as one would hope. Still, the highs are so high that they more than make up for the lows. Even when recasts were necessary, they worked out better in the end, because we got Mark Ruffalo, who Ruffalized the role of the Hulk, and Don Cheadle, who Cheadleized Rhodey, I guess. Kevin Feige formed an Avengers-like group of directors and other collaborators to help shape the MCU. The contributions of Joss Whedon, James Gunn, the Russo brothers, and others were instrumental. I'm nearing the end, just so everybody knows. With them, we have the full realization of what this little endeavor could be. A truly fleshed-out universe, and what feels like a comic book movie come to life with Endgame. We now get to the man who's the face of the MCU. Or at least he was. Mr. Robert Downey Jr. A little over a decade ago, you never would have thought of him as a superhero. Yet, he pulled it off in spectacular fashion, and now for generations to come, he will be Iron Man. Not seeing RDJ as a superhero was one thing, but pretty much no one could have imagined Chris Evans, the guy from such hits as Not Another Teen Movie or Cellular, as Captain America. He was also Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four movies, but the first of two actors to play that role who would go on to redeem themselves in the MCU. He came in and proved everyone wrong. While Steve can do his thing all day, it's sadly time for RDJ and Chris Evans to hang up their suits. They are by no means the only truly wonderful characters to be introduced. We have gotten Black Panther, Black Widow, Thor, a spectacular Spider-Man, a tree, and a chick with antenna, and a talking raccoon, or rabbit, depending on who you ask, amongst many more. I would go on to list all the amazing performances and amazing characters, but since most of them are continuing on post-Endgame, I will just leave it at this. The casting director, Sarah Haley Finn, is a secret weapon of the MCU. She has done an almost flawless job with casting. Getting these amazing performances started with her. While the MCU will continue, this is the end of the MCU as we have known it. We have had years of build-up and anticipation. Now that it is over, I admit I feel a bit lost. I am thankful for the experiences and am thrilled with how it turned out. However, I feel like a part of me was lost when Iron Man snapped his fingers and when Steve stayed in the 1940s. I am so thankful for the joy that this saga has brought me and countless others. While others may take for granted what was accomplished here, not us. For comic book fans, this is truly a validation of our fandom. What was niche is now mainstream. 20 years ago, you would never have imagined the general audience would know what an Infinity Stone or gem was, or who Thanos, Bucky, Groot were. It is truly remarkable. The MCU, like Captain Marvel or Captain America, proved its worth with Endgame, and like Thor, we knew it would all along. It has done Stan, Jack, Steve, and all the rest very proud. Thank you to all who made this wonderful universe. We love you, 3000 MCU. The DCU movies would love somewhere in the low 300 to 600 or 600 to 900 range. And the end.
That was beautiful, JM.
I've been known to do a wedding or two in my time. I would say if you got a funeral coming up, give John-Michael the shout.
He delivers that exact eulogy at the funeral.
Oh god, Mahoney's here.
Oh, Mahoney's here. I have a eulogy of my own I thought I would like to share.
Oh god,
Okay,
is it
go ahead.
the shit in my house?
This is for Kelly's mailbox,
Oh, god damn it.
which I have just decimated.
Just filled it to the
Oh.
brim.
It is overflowing, Kelly. The door barely closes.
Oh man.
That is
I believe
that is a federal
mailbox-
crime.
you got this mailbox probably, let's estimate, like 1997. It
Checks
served
out,
you
yeah.
well. I'm sure at least one plow has hit it. It's got dents and dings, and it's probably fading in paint. And now it's full of my shit, Kelly.
Oh man. Where does it keep coming from?
Fiber, Kelly.
Do you save it?
No.
It's super regular.
Fantastic.
Eat a vegetable, Kelly.
Oh my god.
Worth doing.
Worth it.
Worth it.
When Mahoney kept
You in
selling
hell, Kelly's mailbox.
Mahoney kept sending Kelly texts, and I was just like, I should probably send him the link to the call. Oh my god.
Worth it.
Well, thank you, JM, for doing that. I appreciate it.
No problem.
None,
Thank you
none
for
of
asking.
none of us could have said it better.
Thank you.
So, rock some top sixes real quick, and then
Let's do it.
talk
Rock
comics.
some talk some robots?
Rock and sock and robots.
Well, we should talk comics for the first time in fucking weeks too, while we're at it, especially post Free Comic Book Day.
We'll power through. We'll power
Yeah.
through. Good stuff. So yeah. So this week, Nides had the idea to, in honor of not only the passing of Peter Mayhew, but because of the whole May the 4th of it all, we'll do a Star Wars thing, and so put the call out for favorite Star Wars characters. So, I'll go first. Start off at number 6, Uncle Itchy. Because I respect a man that will straight up watch porn in his living room on Space Christmas.
Space Christmas.
The fucking guy is all right with me.
Hey, how else are you gonna celebrate?
I'm just saying. And also, no subtitles. Number 5, Cornelius Evazan. He's the fucking wanted on 12 systems guy.
You'll be dead.
That fucking guy. Didn't give a fuck about him until them Afro comics. And turns out he's quite the accomplished sociopathic villain.
Nice.
Big fan. Like, for not reading the Dr. Afro comics, you should be reading the Dr. Afro comics. Number 4. Sorry, Nice. I'm gonna put K2SO on this fucking list. He's the big smarmy fucking Alan Tudyk robot from the Rogue One movie.
Yeah.
Which I
K-
quite enjoyed him.
Ellen Two
K2SO.
Dicks.
K2SO. I feel like was one of the best parts of Rogue One. He was like one of the only characters with a character.
Yeah, he's great.
And
He's super fun.
He actually like it's not K2SO, but it's another K2 droid helps you through in the Star Wars VR. Like he guides you
cool.
along.
I dig that. Number 3, just to be tapping on the original trilogy a little bit. Fucking Han Solo rules, you guys. Like
He does.
Fuck Luke Skywalker. It's Han Solo all day. He's the fucking best. Number 2, I got a tie between BT-01 and 000, the murder droids from the
Hell yeah.
aforementioned Opera Comics, because they're the fucking best. Like having them like the 000 arc in the past couple of years, where like, you know, he just recently found out his whole thing is that, like, you know, he wanted to find out where he came from. Turns out it was just an accident. It was just, he's a programming glitch, and it fucks him up. He has like this existential crisis until he realizes that his murder buddy is actually still alive, and that brings him back from the brim. Fantastic. And that must mean the number 1 best Star Wars character of all time is Dr. Aphra. For reasons too numerous to list.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking read them comics, people.
I knew when I suggested this topic, you'd at least be able to fill out 3 of the spots, Lee.
They're the fucking best, you guys.
Best character by far.
Like, they're the fucking best. Like she's a scumbag, right? She's totally a scumbag. But like she doesn't want to be a scumbag. It's just kind of in her nature. She can't help it. Like she's a beautifully tragic character. It's great. Highly recommend. Read them goddamn comics, people. It's good stuff. But yeah, that's it. Fucking short and sweet. That's my top 6.
Nice.
Let me in.
What you got, Jose?
All right. Number 1, shout out to them AT-ATs. Is it AT-AT? What are they?
Okay,
Yeah, that works. Either way.
Yeah. Because I feel that they're a character in their own.
Sure.
Like
No, I'll allow that for sure.
there's scenes where, you know, they're like its own character. Shout out.
You remember that old movie with the walking things?
100%.
Number 6, I agree with you. Solo. He's the shit. Young Solo, old Solo. Definitely shout out to the young Solo. That movie deserves more. That movie deserves more
time,
in
yeah.
that universe. They deserve to continue to tell that story. So stop fucking around, Disney. Number 5, got me some Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, his southern cousin.
Fucking when Boba Fett shows up, you know shit's about to get real. Number 4, Solo Lando.
Nice.
And also Lando that sits in front of Nice's bathroom. Shout out to homeboy letting you know you peed all right, man.
I think it was the first Star Wars celebration we went to when Mary came down here. They had a poster for sale. It was "Welcome to Orlando," but it's a painted version of Billy D. Williams' Lando, and he's kind of like standing in front of the O and the R, and he's giving you the double fucking guns.
That's kind of cool.
It is pretty cool, and I have it hanging in my hallway outside my bathroom. So if I leave the door open to my bathroom when I'm sitting down in the bathroom, he's just looking at me, just encouraging me to do what I'm doing.
I like it.
You keep on pooping.
Yep. That's a nice log you got there. Fill
It's
that
like, you know
mailbox.
Thanks. He's like, hey, you got everything on that white.
Well done washing your hands, young boy.
All right.
Fucking breaking news. They ordered a Batwoman series at CW. Look at that shit.
Oh, the Ruby Rose one?
Yeah.
I thought they already did. I thought that's what the whole thing. Or she was just playing.
It was just a pilot. It was a pilot.
Yeah, she was in the crossover. Yeah.
Okay, so she was just playing the character in someone else's show.
Yeah.
She never had her own thing.
Right. That's fucking
Right.
cool. She was awesome.
Now she does.
Fuck yeah.
That's cool.
As you were, Jose. My mistake. Sorry about
that. Number 3, specifically episode 8, Ghost Yoda.
Yeah.
Like a fucking drunk uncle.
He did not give a fuck. He said, "Burn it down, baby. It's just books. I don't give a fuck. I can't hold them. You think I give a shit about books? I can't read them anymore. You pick it up. You gonna read to me? Then fuck it." So episode 8, Ghost Yoda. I would I want to see a goddamn epic buddy movie with Ghost Yoda and fucking Dude Thor crossover. Let's go.
That's an episode of the What If TV show right there. Write it, Disney.
Number 2, specifically Rogue One Vader.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because, come on. Like, did he not come in and just wreck shit?
He did.
That's what I wanted to see in the prequels. Where the fuck has that been this whole goddamn time? It took over 6 movies. No, well, it was the 6. It took 6 movies to give us Vader wrecking shit.
Well, actually, that was the 8th movie.
No, I mean since the prequels, 6. The 3 prequels, 7 and 8.
No.
And then
Rogue
Rogue
One
One
came out between 7 and 8. But if you're talking all the movies, then it would have been the 8th movie.
Wow.
I gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's so many movies that came out that had Vader that he did not do anything.
You were about to see ruthless Anakin twice, and they cut away when he fucked up all those sand people, and then when he killed all those kids.
Even if it was dipshit Anakin doing the action, still show us Anakin doing some shit. So specifically, Vader obviously is a great character, but specifically, I were to watch any scene first of Vader, I'd watch that first and last.
Just turn it off before you get to CGI Princess Leia.
Yeah. Which speaking of, so what's up with that in the trailer? Is that really her, or did they CG her?
Oh,
that's all extra.
They're
scenes,
talking.
right?
It's all extra footage from Force Awakens.
That they just kind of. So maybe that's why they frostbit her so that they could use all those scenes in the next one.
Who knows?
Space freeze. Coming up, number 1. I mean, duh. Cue the goddamn Duel of Fates. Darth Maul, baby. The greatest character to ever be fucked over so hard. And then retro corrected, given goddamn robot legs. But
yeah, it's like, if you're just going to kill him off, don't make him look so cool.
Yeah. Don't make him the fucking coolest bad guy you've ever created. And then be like, and now he's gone.
Nah, I'm just playing.
Yeah, that right there showed you he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
We got a sale on Darth Maul's, half off.
Oh, boom. That's my 6.
Nice.
Solid. Fucking solid. Let's go to the Twitter.
Okay, I got Twitter open right here.
Go for it.
Kristen Allen writes in. She says, not including the main 3 of past and present, so she went with some deeper cuts.
Which I appreciate.
Number 6, Count Dooku, which I would like some reasoning on that. But I get it. She's into horror, and Christopher Lee's an old school Dracula, so I can see it. Number 5, Maz Kanata.
Want to suck your force.
Lupita Nyong'o with her butthole eyes.
Okay.
Number 4, Hera from Clone Wars. No, from Rebels. Sorry. Fake Star Wars fan over here. She's the Twi'lek pilot in Rebels. Number 3, Wicket and the Ewoks. I agree.
Bold choice.
Yeah, I almost put the Ewoks as shout out to the Ewoks.
Remember when for years the Ewoks were the biggest joke in Star Wars? And then Episode 1 happened. Number 2, Yoda, and then number 1, Chopper from Rebels, who is a real little son of a bitch.
I feel like I need to watch this fucking Rebel show.
Is that the new one, or that the one that happened?
It's the most recent one.
So Rebels is the new shit, and Clone Wars is the stuff that they ended.
Well, actually, Clone Wars is coming back. Rebels just ended, I believe, and Clone Wars is coming back.
People really like that show.
I have tried watching both, and it's just so dry for me for some reason.
I do. What season's the Darth Maul run? Because I do want to. Like, I talk a lot of shit, and I love Darth Maul, but I've never watched any of
that. I feel like he's in the second half of Clone Wars, and then mid Rebels too. Like, he figures into Clone Wars a big deal. I think. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then,
they
and then
introduced his
teased
brother
him
in there,
again on
too.
Solo. And then now you're telling me you're not going to do any more? Fuck you.
Well, they Disney put out their slate for the next 4 years, and they've got 3 untitled Star Wars movies from 2022 to 2026, I believe. And that's probably just going to be it's going to probably be the Rian Johnson trilogy, but nothing as far as Star Wars story type movies coming out. But you know what? They could continue the Han Solo movie in a Disney Plus series if they want.
Just give us more of that.
It didn't
of what you started.
It didn't make enough money.
Fuck you. They got all the money. They got all the money. I don't ever want to hear that fucking reasoning from them. They got all the money.
It's true.
I mean, they could continue it on without Solo. They could just continue like some of the like Kira and like Maul and other stuff, and just like leave
but that's
Solo
what I'm saying.
out of
More
it.
of that universe.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there has to be a Solo too. You know, Solo can drop in, but give us continue telling a story with that timeline, because you know it's kind of cool. You got Rogue One that's telling some stuff in between movies that and events that matter. Then you got Solo that pieces together stories that you've heard from the past that now you get to see actually play out. That's fucking cool as shit.
Give us fucking Dr. Aphra movie.
Yeah.
Give us a reason to give us fucking Darth Maul tearing shit up for realsies. You sons of bitches.
God damn.
I'm just saying, it's not like it's a fucking company that's hurting for money that can't afford to put a movie together that has the rights to this property.
Right, but also they're not going to sink money into something that they've already seen is possibly losing money. And then there was also the Star Wars was just kind of overexposed at that point too.
Do a Darth Maul movie. Do a Darth Maul movie. And tell me, do a Darth Maul movie that continues in the continuity of the Solo universe.
And
that ain't gonna make
see
money.
how much money it makes, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
You don't like the idea of a series?
Where?
A Disney Plus series, like a TV show.
Have they announced that?
No, but like they could.
No, I'm cool with that after a movie. He deserves a movie. After what they did to him.
Vetter writes in to popcast at PanelsOnPages.com. Subject line, Houtini, which I appreciate. He says, galactic shout-outs to Bosk, the Tusken Raiders, and Luke Skywalker. Luke getting the shout-out.
Tusken Raiders?
6, you know, sand people.
Yeah, I know, but like a shout-out?
I mean, number 6, Jar Jar Binks.
Get the fuck out of here.
He was just the greatest abomination. Then I read of the Jar Jar Sith theory, and it made me watch the prequels with a whole new perspective. Google/YouTube it if you haven't already. Number 5, the Jawas had an army of the toys, and they ruled the galaxy. Number 4, Darth Maul was basically a Ninja Jedi. I love both of those. Number 3, Vader. Only Vader. No Annie. Any version prior to Rogue One Vader does not exist in my galaxy. Number 2, Boba Fett. He had a rocket pack. I was sold. And number 1, Yoda. My man, he's always been. Childhood favorite, he was.
Aw.
Solid. Love it. Solid. Love it. What you got, Kelly? I'm intrigued.
All right. So I misunderstood what we were doing. I thought Nias had said we were doing our top 6 favorite yokai. So that's what I went with.
Okay.
All right, so number 6, Akaname. That is a spirit who comes into your dirty bathroom and licks the gross stuff off the bottom of your tub.
Oh, no.
You don't want him there because he's creepy. And you don't want to walk into your bathroom late at night and see a ghost licking your bathtub.
But also, I like a clean bathtub, so...
Yeah.
So how
Number
about you
5.
come lick it once a month? Let's just agree on that.
Clean it up for me. It'll
And
be all right.
preferably like when I'm at work.
Yeah.
Mahoney
Yeah, I don't
marked
want to
that.
walk in because he only shows up at night though. That's the
Okay,
thing.
so it's a specific night. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to a concert on this night. Does that work?
And we could probably make that work.
Nice.
What's it called?
Akaname.
All
All
right.
right. Looking it up on Angie's list. Shout out to Angie's list.
4 and 5 are grouped together because I like them both because of their appearances in the yokai trilogy from the 70s movies. Kasa Obake, he is a possessed paper umbrella monster. So he's like a paper umbrella with one eye, and his, your handle of the umbrella is like a person's leg.
Of
I remember that guy.
Sure.
Yeah, and he kind of just jumps around and acts all wacky.
Look at me, I'm a yokai.
Roko Rokubi is a lady who looks like a sexy lady, and then her neck just expands and just keeps expanding and is just really long and just
She
freaks
turned
you out.
into a yokai Roku box.
Yep. All right. Now I'm getting into some ones that need explanations.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was with you.
All right, so number 3 is another two-parter. This is together, Hanako-san and Akamanto. So these two both deal with the bathroom. Hanako-san is a
What a
spirit
rich
of a
culture.
young World War II era girl who inhabits and haunts school restrooms. She is there to help Akamanto. Now, Akamanto is there in your bathroom, and if a person is sitting on the toilet, usually the last stall, a mysterious voice will ask them if they want a red paper or a blue paper. If you answer red, you will be sliced apart until your clothes are stained red. If they
you
choose
answer blue, you shit in Kelly's mailbox.
if you choose blue, you'll be strangled until your face turns blue. Now,
Jesus.
Yeah, but like in a sexy way.
Yeah, because all you gotta do is just say pineapple and he lets go.
yeah.
And so the other one just like hangs out and like helps him like hold knives and shit.
Let's see what happens is any attempt to outsmart Akamoto by asking a different color results in you being dragged to the underworld by Hanako-san.
Oh.
So she just waits, and if you say something like any color, she'll just drag you into the toilet.
Like, I got you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So you always say blue.
No, because he'll choke you.
Well, yeah, but it didn't say choke you to death. It said choke you till you were blue.
Now, here's what you do. Ignoring him makes him go away. You can also respond with, I don't need paper, and he'll leave.
Got him.
Yep.
Ah, bitch. I'm good. I
You
got
just give
my
him a
own web
non-answer.
wipes.
Yeah. All right, number 2.
Fucking
Kuchisake Ono. Kuchisake Onna.
Ooh.
She is the slit-mouthed woman.
Whoa.
You may have heard this one before.
Yeah,
So she takes the form of
Her
a
name's
masked woman.
Kuche, and she's a slit mouth. What's going on here?
So she has she walks around wearing a mask and asks people if they think she's pretty. If you say no, she kills you with the scissors. If you say yes, she'll take the mask off and ask again. If you say yes that time, she'll cut your mouth to be just like hers. If you say no that time, she just cuts you in half.
What a beautiful culture.
Yeah, but there are ways to trick her. If you just ask, and when she asks, am I pretty? If you say something like, or you're average, you'll confuse her and you'll get the chance to run away.
I'm
Like,
a little
solid 6. Solid 6.
Yeah. And my number 1, Shirime. It's an apparition in the shape of a man, but he has an eye in the place of his anus.
Solid.
The story goes as follows. Long ago, a samurai was walking at night down a road to Kyoto when he heard someone calling out for him to wait. Who's there? He asked nervously, only to turn around and find a man stripping off his clothes and pointing his bare buttocks at the flabbergasted traveler. a huge glittering eye then opened up where the strange man's anus should have been.
Oh my god.
And that is my favorite Star Wars character.
That is better than any ghost story I ever heard as a child.
When he started this, I thought he was talking specifically about the Yokai Watch game, but then
No.
Lee linked to that picture of what's that one
Akaname?
called? Yeah, the tub liquor.
Yeah.
No, not cute Yokai Watch.
No, we're going actual folklore.
I was kind of expecting you to throw me for a loop and throw fucking Force Ghost Yoda in there. You know, he'll show up when you're just kind of at your weakest and then burn down your fucking tree. Laugh in your face.
Love it. All right, we got a couple Twitter ones.
Sure. Matt Goldie, at Matt Goldie. Number 6, that stormtrooper that bonks his head in episode 4. Solid. Number 5, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Number 4, Darth Vader. Number 3, Princess Leia. Number 2, Luke Skywalker. And number 1, R2-D2. Yes, I'm old and grew up on the original trilogy. And he sent a gif of R2-D2 playing the bass. So that's dope.
Huh. You know what? Fuck yeah, Obi-Wan. What needs more love? I like it. What else we got on Twitter?
All right. How about some Ben, who himself, just like Kristen, disqualifies the core cast. Otherwise, this would be a boring list.
I like it.
You know, different strokes, different folks. Number 6, IG-88, a droid revolutionary that Lando didn't want to fuck that we know of. Number 5, Admiral Akbar, a hell of a leader and one of the coolest looking figures in the old Kenner line. Number 4, the Rancor Keeper. I couldn't help but feel sorry for him a little bit.
Oh, that guy.
Number 3, Mace Windu. The prequels were mostly trash, but Mace was one of the few bright spots. Number 2, Wedge Antilles, a survivor and one hell of a rogue. And number 1...
inventor of the wedgie.
And number 1, Itchy Chewbacca. That old perv like to get freaky.
Fuck yeah, Uncle Itchy.
Uncle Itchy made more than one list.
Goddamn right he did.
As he should.
Fantastic. Well, I actually
This is
have...
my house. I'll jerk it all I want.
I actually have 2 top 6 lists, so let me throw one of mine out here real quick.
Have it.
I'll do my top 6 non-core cast. Number 6, Max Rebo, cool fucking blue elephant who plays the keyboard, and his name is in the band, and he doesn't even sing. So, like, what a fucking power play, man!
Like the fucking like Max Weinberg.
Yeah. Number 5, I'm gonna echo Kristen and go with Wicket T. Warwick from Return of the Jedi, played by Warwick Davis, and you can kind of tell he's getting a little Ewok boner in there when he's hanging out with Carrie Fisher. So good for that guy. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Captain Rex. No, not Captain Rex from the Clone Wars. Captain Rex, who is the pilot of Star Tours, because that dude fucking rules. Even if he does send us into an asteroid field, he got us home safe, and he's actually going to be a DJ at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So,
Well,
And the ladies call him Captain Rexit.
Keeping on the theme of droids, I'm going to go with L337 from Solo, a fucking droid that absolutely fucks. And then also, let me throw in the Millennium Falcon, because she's essentially retconned to be the personality of the Millennium Falcon.
yeah, that's why she's such a bitch.
She's a fucking sassy bitch, and I love it. L3 can absolutely get it.
You guys, Solo's really good.
It is. On Netflix, if you haven't seen it, or if you haven't seen it in a while, so I suggest checking it out. Number 2, I'm gonna echo Ben, and I had to put the Rancor on there, but I'm gonna share this spot with the Rancor and the Rancor Keeper, because Rancor's a pet, so he's not much of a character. But the Rancor Keeper, man, he loves his sweet boy. Loves his sweet boy. He's so sad when he gets that door dropped on him. And number 1, the fucking slimiest gangster in all the galaxy, Jabba the Hutt, you guys.
Fuck yeah, Jabba the
Like,
Hutt.
Return of the Jedi is always going to be my favorite Star Wars movie. And Mostly because Jabba the Hutt is so goddamn cool. Oh my god, I love it so much.
Shout out to Pizza the Hut cousins.
Yes, shout out to Pizza the Hut. I always kind of wanted to take a bite of Pizza the Hut. No lie.
Did you put together a list, JM?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I was gonna tweet it, but I struggled to come up with 6 because like I kind of have like basically a few that I really like, and then a lot of everybody else is kind of just like I like them. So like 6 was I was trying to determine between like Han Solo, Luke, Dr. Aphra. So I don't really have a 6.
I get it. Watto almost made my list. So.
Oh my god.
So 6 is kind of just an empty slot for like numerous characters. 5 Yoda.
Nice.
6 Obi-Wan. My list is pretty standard, I think.
It's
but
all right.
Obi-Wan, I kind of prefer prequels Obi-Wan because I like Ewan McGregor a lot, and he does a little bit more overall.
You want to talk about bright spots of the prequels, and Ewan McGregor is definitely he puts in work, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he's like he's one of the best parts of those.
And to be fair, Alec McGuinness, he's a great classical actor, but he puts in as little work as possible.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it, so
he comes back as a Force ghost, and he's like, "I need to sit down."
3 Darth Vader, specifically, I really love I love him in Rogue One, and I love Vader in the 2 ongoings he's had at Marvel. The first one where that takes place between A New Hope and Empire, and then the second one takes place between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. I really like Vader in those. I like him in the original trilogy, but he doesn't I don't really think he does a whole hell of a lot other than be menacing.
Yeah,
So
the
I really
comics when he finds out that it's when he gets word that Luke is his son. And it's this like quiet splash page. He's standing by himself, and this crack appears in the window of the Star Destroyer they're on. It's like, oh shit, he's mad.
Yes, I love that. Number 2, Rey. To this day, like the thing that like got me liking Star Wars more was actually Force Awakens. It's my favorite of the movies.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, like I didn't even watch any of the Star Wars movies until I was like 19, almost 20. And then I was just kind of like lukewarm on it for most of it. It was like, okay. Force Awakens I really liked, and it got me to go back and I'm not like the biggest Star Wars fan, but I'm more of a fan than I was before then.
Force Awakens is fantastic, and I love Rey.
Yeah.
Just not top 6 for me yet.
And then number 1, Kylo Ren.
Yeah, boy.
I love Kylo Ren because he's exactly what Anakin should have been in the prequels.
Yeah.
And like I love him. He's just very captivating to watch for me. He was easily my favorite part of The Last Jedi, and I'm looking forward to seeing how his and Rey's stories end in
Redemption arc, baby.
Yes. So that's my top 5 essentially, but
I like it. Fuck, I'll allow it. There's no real rules here.
It's true. You make your own rules.
The only rule here is there are no rules.
We're going. We don't need rules.
We got a few more tweets. Jeff Pop tweets in.
I think it's still in the chat.
I believe so. Number 6, Darth Vader would be number 1 if he could separate Anakin, but he can't in his mind. Number 5, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Number 4, Emperor Palpatine. Number 3, Han Solo. Number 2, R2-D2, that sassy little boy. And number 1, Yoda. Yoda getting some fucking love, man. I dig it.
Yeah, but drunk Yoda?
Just crazy, burn this mother down, Pookie. Page turners, they were not.
The lovely Miss Nyes on the Twitter hit up a list of top 6 Wookiees.
Yep.
Which I thought was pretty great. Number 6, making, I believe, his 3rd appearance on the night show. Itchy. Chewie's gross father-in-law, who gives us the cringiest moment in the Star Wars Holiday Special. Number 5, Gungi, a Wookiee Jedi trained by Asuka. Fuck, how do you say that? Asuka? Ahsoka. There you go. During the Clone Wars. Number 4, Lobaka, Chewbacca's nephew and a Jedi who trained with Luke and the Solo twins back in the Young Jedi Knight series. Mary Nyes goes hard in the motherfucking paint, you guys.
She does. Big
number 3,
expanded universe fan.
Number 3, Mala, Chewie's ride or die bitch. Number 2, Tarful, fought alongside Chewbacca and Yoda during Order 66. And number 1, Chewbacca, I love that Wookiee.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Love it. And then Juggalo John writes in on the Twitter machines. He writes in number 6, Hondo Anaka. Don't know what the fuck that is.
I think Hondo is from Rebels, but he's also, they've got an animatronic of him that is going to be outside one of the rides at Galaxy's Edge. So he's going to figure heavily into Galaxy's Edge.
I gotta fucking watch this show.
I
number
think
5.
he was also in Clone Wars.
Okay, I can never really tell the difference between Clone Wars and Rebels, to be perfectly honest.
Number 5, Avengers. Number 4, Mace Windu, because of both Clone Wars series, he says specifically. Number 3, Plo Koon, who I played the fuck out of in that PlayStation Jedi Knight game back in the day.
Nice.
Plo Koon was my fucking jam on that game. Number 2, Chopper, and number 1, Darth Maul, again, because of Clone Wars and Rebels. I really like the cartoons the best, he says.
Okay, Hondo is a pirate from Clone Wars. Juggalo John says in the chat. Thank you, Mahoney.
You're welcome.
We got some late additions to the game here. Tito writes in. He says Asajj Ventress, Ahsoka. Number 4, Poe Dameron. Number 3, BB-8. Ah, there you go, BB-8. He should, yeah. Number 2, Rey, the heir apparent, and number 1, Lando, the coolest man in space.
Yeah, boy.
Even in the shitter.
Speaking of, shout out to population member Tito, who recently lost a toe in a terrible accident at work. So send him some good vibes if you guys are out there thinking about him.
What the fuck?
What?
This is not true. I don't know what he's talking about.
Fuck.
I hope it's not true.
I thought that would have come up.
Tito, I need you to confirm and or deny this toe story. Tito, top 6 toes you still have.
See, at first I didn't say anything because I was like, well, maybe I'm just not in Tito's foot thread on Facebook Messenger, but
really,
I feel like you would have mentioned that.
You could lose a toe or two and it not really affect you.
You say that.
I'd still probably mention it, though.
Well, like, emotionally, it's affected him.
Sure.
God damn it. Zero writes in. Number 6, Matt, the radar technician.
Yes. From Kylo Ren, undercover boss.
Number 5, my
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
There it is. Full-on dark side character from the best Star Wars game. Now you kind of make it up yourself, Zero.
He had to create a character. No, I like it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. Number 4, Asajj Ventress. Where's my 6-inch black 6-inch Black Series figure, Hasbro?
Oh man, Ventress making a run for the money in the later rounds.
Number 3, Sabine Wren and all the Mandalorians. Yes, all of them.
Sabine
and
Wren
2
is
and number 1, Darth Vader and Darth Revan, depending what I read /watched last.
For those who don't know Rebels, Sabine Wren is the Mandalorian who looks like she painted her helmet with Lisa Frank stickers.
I watch this fucking show, you guys.
And then I got my second list. Did we get everybody? Mahoney, do you have a 6? Okay,
I do not have a 6,
okay.
but I will have one when Tito does the top 6 toes.
Okay, cool. My second 6 is our top.
I specifically want to make sure you got to go last, nice.
Oh, I appreciate it. Top 6 Star Wars characters, the core cast, but specific versions. Specifically. So number 6, specifically, hibernation sickness Han Solo. After he gets out of carbonite, and he's all fucked up.
Fucked up and blind.
And he can't see, and he's blind. And he's just like, we're going to fucking die here, you know? He's just shooting randomly. Number 5, tie between R2D2 when he's the bar droid on Jabba's skiff, aka Bar 2D2, and
really leaning into it, yeah.
And then naked C-3PO from the Phantom Menace. How fucking wild was that? Just saw all of his guts. Number 4, specifically Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan Kenobi, but more specifically his facial hair comes in at my number 4. Like, he is my my facial hair idol of all time. Number 3, Jose stole it. Force Ghost Yoda.
Fuck yeah.
The best possible Yoda there has ever been.
Yeah, there is no Yoda but a Ghost Force Yoda because a Ghost Force Yoda don't stop.
Number 2, I'm going to go with another tie. Empire Strikes Back, Darth Vader, because he doesn't have Grand Moff Tarkin ordering him around anymore. He's kind of off the leash, and he's at his most ruthless. He fucking puts Han Solo in carbonite. He cuts his son's arm off and then says, I'm your father. He's a real son of a bitch in that one. And
the fact that he ever took orders from that pasty face prick just doesn't make any sense.
Right. And also on that same token, Jedi Knight Luke from Return of the Jedi, when he comes back, he's shaking off all the whiny farm boy stuff, and he's just a badass. Like, that's my Luke, not whiny farm boy Luke. And number 1, Jabba's prisoner Leia. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Some transformative shit right there.
Sure. Come on. Like, I get it. I get in this climate that's not cool, but and also big ups to Carrie Fisher, because her body was banging at that point, and she had to have put in the work, and she fucking wrecks that entire skiff on her own. She points the guns at the deck, blows it up, and then they get the shit out of there. Just looking like a snack. Like, literally, Jabba was going to eat her as a snack.
But then she choked his ass to fucking death.
That too, like, talk about a princess that can save herself, and also just
Leia rules.
Super kinky.
Beautiful. All right.
Bless. Well, thank you guys for
love a lot of audience participation, man. Really appreciate it. It was fun.
I got you, dog.
Yeah, I brought it up and I was like, I know this isn't necessarily you guys' bag, but Kelly could probably make a bit out of it. There was the one Juggalo John suggested a few weeks back of doing the non-Disney animated movies, and then before that, Kristen suggested one, but I can't remember it at this point. I'm trying to go back through. So if anybody in the chat or anything...
I have it. I got it right here. It was top 6 toes that Tito has lost.
See, I was going to guess top 6 places to poop in Kelly's house.
It was top 6 places she's fucked your mom.
Oh.
Yeah, hit us up again, Kristen. We've lost it.
We have it. I just need to kind of...
I gotta dig it up. But I definitely like the idea of the non-Disney animated features.
Yeah,
we'll do that for next week. I feel like that's got just a fuck ton of possibilities. Like this
heavy metal.
So much.
Sure.
Yeah, that shit counts. It's not Disney. It counts. Well done.
And also, we'll include Pixar in that too. Pixar 100% counts as Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, no Disney, no Pixar. Everything else is a fucking open game. I love it. So email us, popcast@PanelsOnPages.com. We'll leave the voicemail 616-951-1POP, and we'll do them up on the show. Or tweet us at PanelsOnPages. It's getting late. Let's not comic books. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's been so long.
The problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn the page, you have to wash your hands.
Kelly hit us up early last week about the Batman Ninja Turtles 3 crossover, and He wasn't fucking around.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah, he brought it up, and I was like, "Why? They're on to volume 3. Why haven't I read this?" So immediately talked to Kelly about hooking me up. So I got volume 1 and volume 2 on the way right now. Thank you, Kelly.
You should probably be getting those tomorrow or the day after.
Oh man.
So the notion of eternal multiverse is not new at this point. Like they've been playing with it in the past couple of series, and I think they even touched upon it in the comics a little bit. But this idea that there's a world that Batman and the Turtles share and have shared all along is fucking outstanding, which is kind of great. Because the first one was the Turtles go to Gotham.
Yeah.
And the second one, like Bane and some of the villains come to the Turtles New York. And this one starts off with just like, this kind of weird, like it's like
this one's just like, what if it's fucking weird?
Yeah. It's like an amalgam universe with these awesome ninja designs, like Ninja Deathstroke looks awesome. The turtle designs look like they could have been action figures in the 90s, like 1000%. They look great.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I want to fucking spoil the end for Knives because he's going to be reading it soon.
That's the thing. The last 2 pages are so nuts.
I'll forget about it.
So there's been this shadowy figure kind of like, creeping in throughout the issue. And then they're back at the cave. And again, the Bat Cave where Alfred or Splinter is essentially the Alfred figure. Where Master Splinter found this orphan baby in a orphan boy after his parents were murdered in the sewers. And it's like, I'll raise him to be my son. And so there's like they have a giant Triceratops in the cave and a giant yen coin, shit like that. And the shadowy figure is revealed to be none other than Raphael Prime in full black and white, drawn by Kevin Eastman on the page.
And he's pretty, he flat out just says, oh, you think this is weird? It's gonna get weirder.
So basically they're going Turtles Forever on you.
And then you fucking turn the page, and Krang is inside of the anti-monitor.
It's so fucking crazy. And it looks to be like IDW Krang. Like he looks very much like the IDW Krang, which is interesting because he's supposed to be dead. Like
not anymore.
So fucking great. It's so great. It's fantastic. The complete opposite side of that, these new Transformers comics are fucking boring as shit, you guys.
Aww,
yeah.
What a bummer.
They really are.
They're so boring. Like at least they got, they got Sarah to try back in to actually draw some pages. She do the first few pages of this and she knows how to draw a goddamn Transformer, so that's nice. Like the first few pages looked really good. Although it was weird seeing Cyclonus in that fucking Silverbolt repaint design that they gave him for that toy a couple years ago. That's weird because he doesn't look like Cyclonus anymore. Like that's not what he looks like anymore. But yeah,
it's back to how they used to be, where everyone just has the same voice.
No, you're exactly right. Like it's all super generic and just, I don't need 3 artists in this goddamn book. Like
no, that's annoying.
It's really jarring and they did a lot of pre-war Cybertron stuff in the old universe, the old continuity, but it was kind of, they treated it as flashbacks. Like, here's like a little miniseries to kind of show this event or whatever, and they're just leading off on it right now, and it's just slow. It's fucking slow, and just it's not that interesting. And
because the thing with that is we know where it goes.
Yeah.
Because how they made it interesting before was how did these past events affect what was happening in the now?
Yeah. How does this shit that they, what's happening now in these flashback stories is relevant to what's happening in the present day narrative, and that's cool. Like I like that, and this is just slogging.
Yeah.
And there's some stuff that's kind of new, like the weird animal, like the Beastbot people and their weird religion thing. There's some potential there, and I kind of have mixed feelings about there being organics on Cybertron. Like that's always weird whenever they do that. They don't do it very often.
Yeah, I'm giving it till issue 6 before I jump.
Yeah, I think Jack Lawrence is supposed to be coming on at some point. He's the guy that drew most of Lost Light. And again, that guy fucking knows how to draw a Transformer, so it'll be nice. If nothing else, that one will look good. So we'll see what happens. But they're leaning real hard into the toy designs on this one, and it doesn't always work.
No,
like again, like you don't like Prowl's legs shouldn't have great big gaps in it. The toy does. That's where his fucking leg goes, but it doesn't need it in like real life. He wouldn't have a peg hanging off the back of his foot. Dummies. It's weird. It's weird. It's not the greatest. So I checked out this deceased thing.
Deceased?
Deceased.
Like DC Comics playing words?
DC East. Like dead, deceased.
You would have loved the variant cover for the first issue, Nice. It was a riff on It.
Nice.
So like it's just like Darkseid is fucking around doing Darkseid shit, trying to get the anti-life equation. And like, I don't know, like fucks up and carries a 1 when he shouldn't carry a 1. And like creates this crazy virus. And so this crazy virus like spreads via social media, which a little on the nose, and turns people into crazy rage monsters. It's like, all right. Okay, I guess you're doing this.
I like the Darkseid zombie idea, though.
Yeah, the Darkseid zombies idea is cool. I like John and Damian doing like 28 Days Later shit, trying to get to Batman. It's kind of cool. Like, and of course Batman's got a plan, but he gets fucking eaten by zombie Nightwing real fast.
Yeah.
So I don't fucking know what they're doing. Like, I'll do one at least.
They should have noted that it's like an Elseworlds book.
Right, which
because I did not realize that.
That's what it is. Yeah, but definitely was not sold as such. I don't think.
No, not one bit.
Yeah, but it definitely is. And the art on when they get to Apocalypse, the jarring shift in art is like, oh god, this is not great. I don't like this.
See, I like that guy's art a lot.
Yeah, it was just, but it doesn't match anything else. It's so weird.
No, not at all.
It's just very jarring. But yeah. There's that. What else? Deadman Logan. It's pretty great. He's back to the wasteland now. Just fucking up dudes. It's kind of fun.
Who would have thought that, like, between the three of them with Bendis... Well, actually, let's go. Miller, Bendis, Lemire, and Ed Breezen. That Ed Breezen would have the best run with Old Man Logan.
It's pretty great.
It's been really good.
I love his Old Man Logan so much.
Like, it's great. And it's, then they definitely did not do what I thought they were going to do. That's for sure. Like, I never would have guessed, like, the back half of this 12 issues was going to be him back in the wastelands.
No.
Pretty cool. Definitely bucking expectations. And I never seen, like, Mike Henderson did some Daredevil stuff last year. And this, but like, I'm not seeing him do other superhero shit before. It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I'm into it. I like that guy's stuff. And then last thing, I read a couple of I read War of the Realms and then the Strike Force kind of one-shot thing that they do with the Punisher's team. It's also fucking rad, man. Like, War of the Realms is great.
Punisher's the sleeper star of War of the Realms so far.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Yeah, they got Neil Yu to draw this little crazy one-shot where, like, Freya's like, hey, Captain America said you're the guy for this. And he's like, yeah, probably. I probably am the guy for this. It's fucking cool. And like the stuff with Daredevil's cool, then just them flying through and every beat hits.
Yeah.
Like a little weirded out by Venom in War of the Realms. Because
it's weird.
The Venom book doesn't match. Because like in the Venom book, he doesn't have the symbiote. He's got like some kind of crazy like thing one of the Fates gives him instead, but presumably he gets it back in a minute. But yeah, I'm fine. Whatever, it's fine. But like the last page though was fucking Thor on top of a pile of dead frost giants with his robot arm ripped off. He's got a broken hammer just covered in blood, just screaming for more giants. Like, fuck yeah. They could just write this whole comic on the side of a van, and it would be great. It's so fucking cool, you guys. Like, don't sleep on the War of the Realms. It's great. Fantastic. You got anything else we're talking about?
I've been reading a bunch of Cosmic Marvel stuff after Endgame.
Nice.
Cool.
Like I read Marvel Comics The End, or Marvel Universe The End. That was cool. What I should have read was Thanos Infinity Abyss beforehand and not after. Because, like, that's one thing I realized that in the back of some of the Marvel books, they put, like, reading orders of things. They flipped those two around. So, like, the entire time reading Infinity Abyss, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh.
This happened. I'm like, what the shit? This happened already. Like, oh, god damn it. I read this out of order.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. I read the 12-issue Thanos run that comes after Marvel Universe The End and kind of leads into Annihilation, and that's really good. The first 6 issues are by Jim Starlin. The next 6 issues are by Keith Giffen.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that story's pretty good. And then I've been reading through Annihilation again for the first time in a few years. And goddamn, Annihilation is so good.
Yeah, it's when they kind of they make Drax something cool again.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff is really great.
Yeah, Annihilation. Like, go, if you've never read Annihilation, pick up the 2 complete collection trades they put out. Well worth your money. Easily, like, one of Marvel's best events ever.
Yeah, first time I ever gave half a rat's ass about a Nova was in that.
Yeah. And, like, it came out concurrently with Civil War. And looking back, I made the wrong decision to be reading Civil War at the time over Annihilation.
Yeah, that was a really weird choice. Like, just to do it that way, because Civil War was so all-encompassing.
Yeah.
That, like, it totally overshadowed the Annihilation story, which is great.
Yeah. The far superior comic.
It's fucking fantastic. Great.
Yeah. Yeah, no, those books are so good. And they feel so just their own universe, which is awesome. Like, it's just totally off on its own.
You guys,
so I do appreciate...
It's not gonna be long before we're talking about Annihilus being the most famous pop culture character in the world.
No shit.
See, I hope they do it, but I'm kind of worried that they're not going to, because Thanos' goons were essentially just the Annihilation Wave.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so that kind of bummed me out when those dudes showed up.
What do you mean, those mindless,
like the dogs?
Soulless dogs that you were so bummed that Spider-Man killed?
Yeah. Yeah, like, that's just the Annihilation Wave. So, like, there was a part of me when I saw those things show up, I was like, man, don't use these here.
Even for the next guy. The next dude.
Exactly.
Make them some sort of, like, locusts. I mean, he already kind of looks like a giant bug. Space locusts.
Yeah, but yeah, if you've never read Annihilation, you fucking need to read Annihilation.
We might have to talk.
That's a solid rec. It's good. I like it.
Would you say it's good even if you don't really care about Cosmic Marvel?
100%.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's also
good storytelling.
It's also got the Guardians in it, so you're gonna care.
Annihilation Conquest has the Guardians.
Okay.
These has the characters that will be in the Guardians show up. Like, you get your Drax and Gamora's in there, and I think, and like Star-Lord's in there, but it's not the Star-Lord that we know now,
right?
Like, at all, because he's got his shit
the
together.
Annihilation, the big hits. What it was, Drax, Silver Surfer, Nova.
Super Skrull,
dude, that Super Skrull stuff is fucking great.
Always love Super Skrull stuff.
Yeah, good old Clert.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I'll have to give it a shot. I avoided it because I just don't care about Cosmic Marvel. Even the Guardians in the comics, I just don't care about. But
it was literally the first Marvel Cosmic thing I'd ever read, aside from like Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had no frame of reference. beyond knowing who they were and as much as they existed about any of these characters, but it's written so well that it could be the only comic book you ever read.
Yeah,
and it is that thing. It's great
because it's headed up by Keith Giffen mostly, with like Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning kind of backing him up.
Mm-hmm.
And those dudes would go on to be like the Cosmic Marvel architects after that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's because it starts off with a 4-issue Drax miniseries that kind of reestablished him and modernized his character quite a bit.
It took him,
and then it leads in
Drag Queen Space Dracula.
Yeah, and then it leads into Annihilation, which starts off with you got your prologue, and then you've got 4-issue miniseries that kind of all show like what those characters are doing while the Annihilation wave is passing through the universe. And then you get your 6-issue main series.
Okay.
Yeah, and like the Silver Surfer story is really good. The Nova story is really good because it makes you care about Nova. The Super Skrull story has a bunch of cool stuff, and that's where I've left off for now. Like that's what you get in Volume 1. And Volume 1 also has the pages from the Nova Corps handbook for each character, like for your major characters. So if there's something you don't understand about a character, it'll usually be explained in those.
That's good. I'll have to give it a shot.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Gonna be all nostalgic, Kelly. I like it.
Yep. And I'd say if anything, if like Thanos is your guy or whatever, pick up that Thanos Redemption trade too, because it's almost like a 12-issue lead-in to Annihilation. It kind of shows you don't need to read it, but if you're like, hey, how'd Thanos get here? Like, why is he wearing just these white clothes and hanging out with this fairy lady? Well, you can find out why he's hanging out with that fairy lady.
I wouldn't call Thanos my guy, but I would call him daddy.
I mean, we've all been there.
Love it. How about you, Nice? That we're talking about?
No, not really. I'm excited to get these Batman versus Ninja Turtles comics in and talk about those next week. And
They're so fun, man. You're gonna dig them.
But other than that, me and Mary have been playing some Rubik's Race, which is pretty dope.
They'll fuck up your life for a while.
The little boggle thing that you shake up and that's what you're going off of. I feel like the orange and the reds are too close. The orange is very dark.
So we got that after Toy Fair, and then I just bought for Jax's birthday. I bought him one of those Ollie Ball things that we saw there.
Nice.
So it should be here tomorrow, I think. So
one of the top trends.
That's what they say.
Or no,
was
it a trend or it won for newcomer of the year, rookie of the year,
rookie of the year, toy of the year, yeah. And I think it's fucking cool. Like it's like what kid has not like lobbed a balloon around the house and then got super bummed out when they couldn't anymore?
Oh, yeah, he's gonna love that thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. What you got, Jose?
Went to Welcome to the Rockville concert over the weekend.
I don't even know what that is.
Outdoor festival in Jacksonville.
Basically, our CD cases from the early 2000s.
Oh, I am well past my outdoor rock festival days. Get on here.
Well, they had good old Incubus.
Yeah.
And still sound good, still rock it. Gray as fuck, though. It was
a fantastic lineup, but it was the same weekend as our anniversary, and I showed it to Mary, and she was like, nah.
And then Tool, which was cool because it's been forever since they put a new album out.
I've never seen Tool.
Interesting. It fucking amazing stage show, lights, all that, but don't plan on seeing Maynard. Like, you're not going to. That's not how he rolls. This was the first time I've ever seen at a concert live because like nobody's heard any new Tool ever. Like it's not out, or not ever, but it's not out. They haven't released anything. They're going through some legal battles, some other shit, trying to finish it up. So the rumor is they were going to play 2 new songs at the festival. Or at least a new song. So New song starts. Everyone, you see everyone looking, patting the people they're with. This is it. This is it. This is it. And then it starts happening. And this was the first. It reminded me of the Black Panther credits in New York, where just a synchronized crowd thing. So the song's playing, it's going, he's singing, and people are just like, it's silent, number one, because no one's heard this. So everyone's like, shh, let's hear it. And everyone's going, everyone's rocking to it. The bodies are moving, the heads are moving, but everybody's silent. And then the breakdown comes, and it was like everybody felt the song at the same time, and just thousands of people all at the same time go, and then go back into the song. It was pretty cool.
That sounds fucking great.
The part hit, everyone felt it and was like, thousands, just seas of a synchronized all together. So that's cool. Other than that, no comics. But comics is still cool.
Anything, John-Michael?
What did I read last week? I only read a little bit. Young Justice number, 5? I'm liking it okay.
Oh, that was good. Yeah.
Gem World was a bad choice.
Yeah. I want to be more into it because I love these characters, but it's just kind of, I don't know, boring.
Using Gem World for anything, much less to reintroduce these characters, is a fucking weird call.
Yeah.
I like that we got a little bit into how some of the, like, how they're remembering each other, not fully, but like it's scratching the surface of that. But I'm just happy to have, Connor, Bart, Cassie, and Tim together again, and like have them be like the traditional versions of the characters and not the New 52 crap. And I'm looking forward also to see where it goes, because Tim's supposed to get a new code name, and I'm wanting to know what it's going to be. And I'm hoping it's something that's good and not stupid.
It's going to be Kevin.
I mean, given that he's my favorite comic character, I'm very worried it's going to be something stupid. But I don't know. I think they just keep him Robin. They can have 2 Robins running around. They've had 2 Batmans. They have like 7,000 Green Lanterns. So other than that, I don't think it came out last week, but I read was it issue 38 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? Not really.
That was 2 weeks ago?
Might have been 2 weeks ago. I think I was behind. I think I read it the end of last week, but I think it came out 2 weeks ago. It's almost
over. It's almost
over. So ready for this
almost
to
there.
be over. Like, I am so looking forward to Necessary Evil and the introduction of the White Ranger.
Good. I said it in a Facebook group, man. Just a fantastic design work.
Yeah.
On the Solar Rangers. Very cool. Just too bad I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, the drop in quality after Shattered Grid was pretty steep.
Yeah, I believe the word is precipitous.
So I'm looking forward to it regaining its level of quality. Hopefully, I have a feeling that it will with Ryan Parrott coming on. And though I'm very curious to see where it'll go with introducing the White Ranger, because I don't know if they're gonna do like the swap of like Trini, Zach, and Jason leaving, or if they're keeping them there. Because White Ranger's supposed to be the leader, and to this day, it's been almost 25 years, and to this day, it still pisses me off that they demoted Jason and made Tommy leader when he became the White Ranger.
For the fuck of it.
Well, I know that they did it in post because Austin St. John had already left, and they needed to ease the transition. So that's why, in the episode, it's kind of awkwardly placed in there. But it's still canon, and it drives me nuts. And I really don't want that done in the comics too. It's like, hey, Jason, you just led an army of Rangers to save all of reality. but let's not let you keep the leader. Let's demote.
Great job. We're gonna put you over here now.
Yeah, like I don't want that. I'd rather, as much as Jason, I love Jason. He's my favorite of the Rangers. I'd rather him just leave the team and have Rocky
Who the fuck
come
is
in.
Jason?
It's almost over though. We'll see.
Yeah. So other than that, I didn't really read a lot last week. I'm kind of like, there's nothing going on at Marvel that's real other than Daredevil that's really like tickling my fancy right now.
Fucking Realms and Thor, man, get on it.
Oh, you know what other Marvel book is fucking nuts? Savage Avengers.
I haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's real fucking crazy. You get a good Conan versus Wolverine fight.
I'm into that.
I do take back what I said because I forgot about Dead Man Logan, which I got to catch back up on, and I forgot about Immortal Hulk, which I got to catch back up on. So there are some things that I'm enjoying, but I'm just kind of behind on everything. Rules. Like that book is so good, and I don't even care that much about the Hulk. That book is just really good.
Yeah, I sold some Immortal Hulk trades at the comic shop on Saturday. Somebody was like, I don't know, and I'm like, no. One, they're half off, so of course, and two, you definitely want this. I start going off and off and on, and one of the guys that works at the shop walks by and went, "Hey, thanks, good job." Yeah, that shit's great.
Yes, it is.
Awesome. You got anything we're talking about, Mahoney?
No, I do not.
Shitting in Kelly's house.
Just shit in Kelly's house, mourned Tito's toe, and shot a whole bunch of children on Fortnite.
The on Fortnite is the important distinction.
That's right. Don't cut that part out.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it probably wouldn't even make a blip on the news, though, these days.
Yeah.
All right, let's fucking land this bird, man. This is a long one, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I liked it. So, yeah, send us your top 6 animated non-Disney films next week. Email us.
And Zero in the chat asked, are we talking shorts or features? And definitely features, I would say.
Features.
Yeah.
We'll do features. Yeah. Definitely features. Yeah, there's
send your top 6 shorts next time, Zero. Gene,
Bermuda, Cargo.
Cool.
It is getting to be summertime.
Bored. The board short.
I'm bored.
Email us, popcast@PanelsOnPages.com. Leave us a voicemail, 616-951-1POP, or tweet us at PanelsOnPages. For Jason Nyes, Jose Guzman, Kelly Harris, I go by JM, and Mahoney, I'm the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez. We'll talk to you guys next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central at youtube.com/PanelsOnPages. Night. Love you. Bye-bye.
Demonetize this, you fucking Google ass bitch.